Good evening. Thanks for joining us. This is the World News on your premium talk radio today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. And the headlines: Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara pledges to complete tenure with integrity despite political challenges. Martin Amehule-led Rivers Assembly issues 48-hour ultimatum to Governor Similaye Fubara to present 2025 appropriation bill. House of Reps extends deadline for submission of memoranda on creation of new state and local government areas. On the foreign scene, policy advisor to Iran's President Mohammed Zarif resigns amid political wrangling over economic woes. I am Lucky Maxwell. Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara has assured his supporters that victory is inevitable despite the political challenges in the state. Governor Fubara stated this while commissioning of Government House staff quarters at the Forces Avenue, opposite Government House in Port Harcourt, where he assured the immediate past council chairman that there was no reason for concern. Before addressing the crowd, Fubara, who began his speech with a passage from the Bible, emphasized faith and resilience in the face of challenges. Governor Fubara, who also declared that the era of deception in Rivers State was over, emphasized that the state was now determined to take control of its destiny. While reaffirming his commitment to peace, Fubara stated that when the time comes, the necessary decisions will be made in the best interests of the people. While reacting to the Supreme Court ruling, which nullified the local government elections and also ordered that the Martin Amehule-led group resume sitting, the governor maintained that the future holds greater promise than the past. He pledged to complete his tenure with honor and integrity, ensuring that his decisions remain defensible. The governor further stressed the need to counter political propaganda with evidence of purposeful governance, citing the ongoing inauguration of state projects as a testament to his administration's commitment to progress.
We're not after our stomach, we're after the joy of our people. And at the end of the day, what will come for us is the life we have touched. Genuinely, the legacy we leave that will speak for us. That will open doors for our children. It forced me as a person to stand on the side of rights, to stand on the side to do good, to stand on the side that even if anybody calls me tomorrow, I should be bold to defend my action. One especially is our youth. Be strong. I assure you, at the right time, you will get the instruction.
Meanwhile, the Martin Amehule-led faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly has issued a 48-hour deadline to Governor Similaye Fubara to present the 2025 appropriation bill. The ultimatum was given during the faction's plenary session earlier today. The Rivers State legislature has been deeply divided due to the ongoing political rift between Governor Fubara and the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. In January 2025, Fubara had signed the 2025 appropriation bill into law after it was passed by the rival faction of the House led by Victor Okujumbo. However, the Amehule group is now insisting that the governor formally present the budget before them. The demand further highlights the deepening power struggle within the state legislature and the broader political tension between the governor and his predecessor. In a statewide broadcast yesterday, Governor Fubara stated that while his administration disagrees with the Supreme Court rulings, it remains committed to upholding the rule of law, and thereafter announced that the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RISEC) would conduct fresh elections for local government councils following the court judgment on the state lingering political crisis. He assured that once the certified true copies of the judgment were obtained, his government will study and implement them accordingly. As an interim measure, Fubara ordered the heads of local government administration to immediately take over the governance of the 23 LGAs pending fresh elections. The Rivers Civil Society Organizations has expressed concern over the recent Supreme Court judgment barring the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) from releasing funds to the Rivers State government, saying the action will put the welfare of ordinary civil servants on hold. The spokesperson of RIFSCO, Tuka Lonye, in an interview with Today95.1fm Sandra Kenneth, said the seizure of funds meant for the state and local government will have far-reaching consequences on economic growth, social welfare, and infrastructural development, while insisting that the Rivers State should not be made to suffer fiscal strangulation due to political dispute. The group emphasized the biggest casualties of the Supreme Court decision were innocent citizens and their families who depend on the funds for survival.
We are deeply troubled by the recent Supreme Court judgment mandating the Central Bank of Nigeria to withhold Rivers State allocations. Our primary concern is the welfare of ordinary citizens and civil servants who will bear the brunt of this decision, rather than politicians who are capable of addressing their own needs. The seizure of funds meant for state and local government will have far-reaching consequences affecting economic growth, social welfare, and infrastructural development. We firmly believe that the heads of government at both state and local government level can address the welfare of civil servants. As an organization, we believe that Rivers State should not suffer fiscal strangulation due to political dispute. Ultimately, biggest casualties of this decision are the innocent citizens and their families in the state who depend on these funds for survival.
Loanye reminded politicians that history will not remember them for how many political battles they won, but how they positively impacted the lives of people during their time in power. He also called on security agencies in the state to arrest and prosecute politicians who will make inciting statements that could lead to a breakdown of law and order.
Politicians should understand that history will not remember them for how many political battles they win, but by the positive impact they have on people's lives during their time in power. Power is transient. We urge security agencies to take swift action against any politician in the state who makes inciting statements that could lead to a breakdown of law and order. These individuals should be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, as their actions pose a significant threat to public safety and stability.
A Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has issued an order restraining Chukwuemeka Woji by himself, previous associate or agent, from interfering in the leadership of Rumo Olumini Community Development Committee (CDC) led by Chief Thangod Mack. The court, presided over by Justice T.S. Oji, directed parties to follow the order pending the final determination of the substantive suit. The court issued the order after revoking the dissolution of the Rumo Olumini CDC executive led by Chief Thangod Mack and the appointment of an acting chairman and secretary of the ROCDC by Chukwuemeka Woji. You may recall that on the 26th of June 2024, Woji issued a public announcement dissolving the ROCDC executive led by Chief Mack and appointed an acting chairman and secretary of the ROCDC. The internal controversy rocking the family of Rumewecho in Rumekini community in Obiakpa local government area of Rivers State over the rightful person to occupy the stool of the head of the family appears to be far from ending. This is because members of the Rumewecho, led by the second in command of the family, Chief Christian Amadi Achi, has faulted claims by Elder Sunday Wajo Achi, claiming to be the head of the family and to have dissolved the family executive. Chief Christian Amadi Achi, who is the second in command in the Rumewecho family, in reaction to the action of Elder Sunday Wajo Achi, accused him of committing sacrilege by allegedly hiring hoodlums to forcefully open the family ancestral hall, which has been under lock and key following a legal battle in the family. Chief Amadi Achi, while insisting that Wajo Achi has never been made a chief in the family or community following his suspension, alongside some members of his group over alleged irregularities, said he could only be made a chief if the matter in court was determined in his favor, and criticized Amadi Achi for breaking through the hall on a Sunday.
When I come out, I started hearing about Sunday. Actually, he has cleared everything about our hall, making that place as a market listen. He's not a chief in our place. He has never been made a chief, both by family or Rumeki in general. Sunday, actually, his matter is still in court, and that is why we have not done anything until when the court rule out that thing. He's not supposed to be there yesterday. When court rule out, if he's a chief, the woman will give him chief. But if he's never be a chief, they cannot crown him. Those people gathered within him are suspended by Mahocha Council of Chiefs. None of them is working with anyone which you can choose. All the worker is collected by himself. No one is regarded.
On their part, the land community chairman of Rumewecho family, Chief Omakwele Ihunwo, and the youth president, God knows Akajire Amadi, urged members of the public to disregard purported dissolution of youth and secretary of the family, insisting that those making such claims have all been suspended for over 10 years. They further called on the Commissioner of Police, other security chiefs, and the Governor of Rivers State, Sunala Ifura, to urgently prevail on Sunday Wajo Achi to avoid actions capable of causing crisis in the family and investigate those hired to forcefully break into the ancestral hall.
arrested. Even matters that are pending before Justice Aparaku, where they gave court injunction for nobody to enter, they went there, destroyed people's property, causing problem here and there, and we have reported the matter. They are using the name of Roma Hwecho to commit all atrocities, and that was the reason why Roma Hwecho suspended them, and we made it known to the public. You will not drag the name of Roma Hwecho to anywhere, knowing or thinking that we are all aware of what they are doing. We are even calling on the Commissioner of Police to come and investigate, calling on the governor, we are calling on the IG, all the security agencies to come to Roma Hwecho aid. The people constituting all this problem in Roma Hwecho are people that have been suspended more than 10 years. I want the members of the public to disregard what Sunday Achi claimed. That is not.
You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. We'll be right back after the short break.
The River State government will be embarking on another round of project commissioning from March 3 to March 14, 2025 across the state. The projects include Monday, March 3, the Government House Staff Quarters, Falga. Tuesday, March 4, the State Fire Service Headquarters and firefighting vehicles at Isaac Borough Park, Marwan, Falga. Wednesday, March 5, handing over of helicopter to the Nigerian Air Force. Thursday, March 6, the Borokri Fire Service Station and firefighting vehicles. Friday, March 7, Gumo Domaya Fire Service Station. Monday, March 10, construction and furnishing of the palace and residence of Abo Monarch. Tuesday, March 11, Judges' Quarters at Akasa Street, Falga. Wednesday, March 12, Bori General Hospital, Kana LGA. Thursday, March 13, Okrika Grammar School, Okrika. Friday, March 14, furnishing of the Nigerian Law School Yenagua Campus, Bayelsa State. The public and Rivers people in general are hereby encouraged to come out en masse and witness history. This is signed by Honorable Commissioner for Information, Wari Senibo Joe Johnson.
Thanks for staying with us. Now the rest of the news. The leader of Simplified Movement in Rundele Community Ward 7 in Emoha Local Government Area of River State, Chief Azubike Odum, has described the recent happening in River State as a political drama which has no negative impact on the governor and simplified family in the state. Chief Azubike Odum, who spoke during a unit-to-unit sensitization meeting of Simplified Movement in Ngbola Village, stressed their stand for Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the leadership of Chief David Omerije and Chief Charles Bekee. Chief Odum, who is a former minority leader of the River State House of Assembly, while insisting that Governor Fubara remains the leader of the state and in charge of every affair, expressed confidence that the governor will complete his first term and win the 2027 general election for his second tenure. He maintained that Rundele people were pleased with the developmental strides of the current administration and encouraged the people not to allow themselves to be controlled by outsiders.
What is happening here at River State is political drama. Siminalayi Fubara, the executive governor of River State, is in charge of River State. We continue to remain with him, and we are not going anywhere. And if you look at what the governor is doing here, are you not seeing the road from East West Road to Abandele? Is the road project not going on? The internal road is it not going on? The one local government is it not going on? The governor and the local government chairman, are we not with them? We are with Sim. We are here for Sim Fubara, and nobody can push us away. I'm here to tell you that we are not going anywhere. Sim Fubara is doing very well. Rundele is benefiting. We are benefiting, and we benefit more. More things are coming.
On their part, the youth leader of Ward 7, Simplified Movement, Godwin Ezemoye Omeoma, and director of media, Prince Agbovu, mocked those celebrating the Supreme Court judgment, saying the ruling never took away the structure of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, whom they insisted will succeed in his bid for second term. They insisted that Simplified Movement from the unit, wards, local government and state level were all intact and will continue to stand by the governor, especially following his human capital and infrastructural development in the state.
We are here to sensitize our people, our followers, because what happened on Friday, our people, they are jubilating that Sim Fubara is no longer the governor of River State. So we are here to tell them that Sim Fubara remains the governor of River State. Come 2027, and he will also complete his second term. Sim Fubara will remain the governor of River State till 2031 by the grace of God. We are intact.
I want to tell the Simplified family in Rundele, I want to tell the Simplified family in Emoha local government, and by extension River State, that there is no cause for alarm. There is no reason for anybody whatsoever in the Wikematic family to jubilate. We tell our people here in Ward 7 that please go about your lawful business. Continue in whatever you are doing. We are standing very strong behind the governor of River State. We are also standing very strong behind the executive chairman of Emoha local government.
The Vice Chancellor of the Rivers State University, Professor Nleru Makobule, says the importance of qualitative food for healthy living cannot be overemphasized. Professor Kobule made the assertion in his opening remarks at the 109th inaugural lecture delivered by the Professor of Food Science and Technology, David Kabari, at the Senate Chamber of the University. The VC, who described Professor Kabari as a man who rose through the ranks to the peak of his career, urged those under him to work hard and follow his footsteps.
Food is very, very essential for our sustenance as human beings. Of course, if you don't eat, you won't have the strength to forge ahead in life. So the lecture is very important for us because it's going to talk about food. Today, we're talking about the importance of food security. You cannot talk about food security when you don't even have food to eat. And then the question is, what kind of food are you even eating? There are some food items that you eat, you will cause more problems for yourself, particularly in this chemicalized environment that we find ourselves. Because these days, you have all kinds of foods, all kinds of chemicals applied to it, that when you take it, you even have problems, health challenges.
Speaking to newsmen earlier, the inaugural lecturer, Professor David Kabari, observed that the rush for fermented cassava dough, popularly known as fufu, was the reason cassava farmers used chemical substance to hasten its fermentation and caution against such dangerous practice. Today.FM Magnus Wawa reports that the topic of the lecture is in vitro enzyme technique, an essential tool in food analysis. The House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the Constitution has extended the deadline for the submission of memoranda on the creation of additional state and local government areas in Nigeria. In a circular signed by the Deputy Speaker and Chairman of the Committee, Benjamin Kalu, a new deadline of March 26 has been fixed, replacing the initial March 5, 2025. According to Kalu, the extension follows public request for additional time to submit proposals. He reiterated the Committee's commitment to supporting legitimate efforts in line with the constitutional framework. The Committee emphasized that all proposals must comply with Section 8, Subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which outlines the legal process for state and LGA creation. The statement also directed further inquiries to the clerk of the committee, Wali Shehu, emphasizing that only proposals that comply with the stipulated guidelines will be considered. Mudashiru Obasa has been reinstated as the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. Obasa was sworn in today after the resignation of the House Speaker, Moji Shola Miranda. This followed a meeting between Miranda Obasa and lawmakers outside the Assembly chambers. In January, lawmakers impeached Obasa as Speaker following allegations of misappropriation, and Miranda was sworn in and the new Speaker. In February, Obasa returned to the Assembly and declared himself Speaker, stressing that he was never removed. However, today's closed-door meeting had the chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Cornelius Ojelabi, and the Attorney General of Lagos State in attendance. Obasa's reinstatement also followed a meeting held on Sunday night with stakeholders and leaders of the party, including Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. On the foreign scene, Iran's strategic foreign policy advisor to Iran's president and a prominent figure advocating for talks with the West, Mohammad Zarif, has again resigned amid fierce pushback from hardline opponents. The former foreign minister, in face of reformist-backed negotiations with global powers that led to Iran's 2015 nuclear deal, confirmed the move in an online post. Zarif said he was advised by Judiciary Chief Ghulam Hussain Ajayi to resign and go back to the university teaching job to prevent further pressure on the government in a tumultuous period for the country. He was under pressure from hardline factions to resign for months, based on a 2022 law that forbids nationals with dual citizenship or those with dual national first-degree family members from assuming political office. To end the news, as a summary of the major stories. We told you that the Rivers State Governor, Sumala Efubara, has pledged to complete his tenure with honor and integrity despite political challenges in the state. The Martin Amohule-led Rivers Assembly has issued a 48-hour ultimatum to Governor Sumala Efubara to present the 2025 appropriation bill. We told you that the House of Representatives has extended the deadline for the submission of memoranda on creation of new state and local government areas in the country. On the foreign scene, the policy advisor to Iran's President Mohammad Zarif has resigned amid political wrangling over economic woes. Stella Sesongu Okori edited the news. For comment and inquiries, please call 08183892850. Send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. Read our stories on todayfmlive.com. Good evening. I'm Lucky Maxwell.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today 95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
Talk radio.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Eu já lavei o meu carro, regulei o som. Já tá tudo preparado, vem que o Greg é bom. Menina, fica à vontade, entre e faça a festa. Me liga mais tarde, vou adorar, vão nessa.
Alright, a very good evening to each and every one of you out there. Good evening, Port Harcourt. Good evening to all sports fans around the city, around the nation, and around the globe. Welcome to the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on the radio. It is Soccer Nation. My name is Osasi Hiwin, and I will be the man behind this console to drive you through this ever amazing world of football. So don't go nowhere, as the show would kickstart right after this. Okay, we start off from the Nigerian Premier Football League, where following the disappointment of dropping points at home against Shooting Stars, Enyimba Football Club of Aba delivered a perfect response, grinding out a hard-fought 1-0 away win against Niger Tornadoes in Lafia. The victory, sealed by a well-crafted 62nd minute goal from Joseph Atule, marked the People's Elephants' third away triumph of the MPFL season and a testament of their resilience in regaining their dominance in the league. Enyimba, 9-time MPFL champions, showed their experience in closing out a tricky fixture against Tornadoes, controlling the tempo and capitalizing on a well-executed counter-attack. Atule's goal was the product of a seamless 1-2 exchange between the returning Naji Christian and second-half substitute Quadri Odusokanmi, allowing the forward to finish clinically inside the box. Despite having chances to extend the lead through Isaiah Mohammed in the first half and Ekene Awazie and Atule later on, Enyimba held firm to secure all 3 points. With momentum back on their side, Enyimba will now turn their focus to their next challenge, which is a crucial home fixture against El Kanemi Warriors in Aba. Okay, let's talk Nigerian players abroad, as Nigerian footballers delivered standout performances across Europe on Sunday, with Victor Osimhen, Sadiq Umar, Calvin Bassey, and Samuel Chukwueze all finding the net, while Bruno Onyemechi and Ibrahim Olaoyin made crucial contributions to their clubs. Victor Osimhen continued his red-hot form for Galatasaray, scoring twice in a thrilling 3-3 draw with Kasim Pasa. The Nigerian striker opened the scoring from the penalty spot in the 11th minute, extending the league leaders' 24-match unbeaten streak. However, Kasim Pasa fought back to take the lead through Motadna Ben Kwanes and Josep Brekalo. Galatasaray equalized through Davinson Sanchez before Osimhen restored their advantage with a close-range finish, but Kasim Pasa struck late to deny the champion-elect a win, leaving Galatasaray only 4 points ahead of Fenerbahce at the top of the Turkish Super League with 65 points. For Sadiq Umar, he was the hero for Valencia, scoring twice in a dramatic 3-3 draw at home to Valencia. Now the Super Eagles are forward put Valencia ahead in the first half and produced a moment of magic late on, flicking the ball past the goalkeeper to rescue a vital point late in the tie. It is Sadiq's first La Liga brace. The result keeps Valencia 18th in the La Liga standings, only separated by goal difference from safety as they prepare for a crucial clash against Real Valladolid. In the English FA Cup, Calvin Bassey's first FA Cup goal proved decisive as Fulham knocked out Manchester United in a penalty shootout at Old Trafford. The Super Eagles defender headed home Andres Pereira's corner on the stroke of the halftime to give Fulham the lead, but Bruno Fernandes equalized late on. With the game going into penalties, goalkeeper Bernard Leno made two crucial saves to send the Cottagers into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, where they will face Crystal Palace. In Italy, Samuel Chukwueze was on target as AC Milan's heartbreak continues. Chukwueze scored, but Milan still lost the game against Lazio, and that was how it all ended for Samuel Chukwueze right there in Italy. And in Turkey, Olawin and Onyemaechi made a crucial impact. Ibrahim Olawin sealed Rizespor's 3-1 win over Alanyaspor with a late strike, lifting his side to 8th in the Turkish Super League, while Bruno Onyemaechi came off the bench to prove or give an assist for Olympiakos' win over AEK Athens. Meanwhile, Super Eagles forward Victor Osimhen has urged his Galatasaray teammates to remain focused in the race for the Turkish Super League title following their 3-3 draw with Kasimpasa on Sunday afternoon. Osimhen was on target twice, but his brace was not enough to secure all 3 points for Galatasaray. Still talking Nigerian players, 3-time UEFA Champions League winners Inter Milan have reportedly entered the race to bolster their attack with the signature of Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman. This has set up a potential transfer battle with their Serie A rivals Juventus and other top European clubs vying for the Nigerian international signature. The Atalanta winger has attracted interest from multiple clubs following his impressive display in Serie A, with Juventus already eyeing a move after earlier reports of tension between Lookman and Atalanta boss Gianpiero Gasperini over a missed penalty. According to fresh reports, Inter Milan are now making on-the-ground moves to position themselves as serious contenders for the Nigerian star. However, per reports from Italian media, their pursuit could depend on whether they offload key attackers, including Marcus Thuram, in the summer. Meanwhile, Paris Saint-Germain are expected to revive their interest in the 2024 CAF Player of the Year after failing to secure his signature last year, while Premier League giants Arsenal and Liverpool could also enter the fray, which potentially turns the race for his services into a bidding war when the summer transfer window opens. Before leaving Nigerian players and the Nigerian scene, let me let you in on this. Eric Chell has been handed a boost ahead of his first squad announcement as Super Eagles coach, with midfielder Rafael Onyedika back in training at Club Brugge on the eve of their Champions League game against Aston Villa. Onyedika was not called up for Club Brugge's last game in the Jupiler Pro League after suffering an injury during a 2-1 defeat to Standard Liège on February 23rd. Club Brugge manager Nicky Hayen decided not to risk Onyedika for the trip to KAA Gent on Saturday, March the 1st. According to HLN, the Nigerian international appeared in training on Monday morning, which puts him in contention to be included in the matchday squad to face Aston Villa. Onyedika's return to training will be a welcome boost for Eric Chell, with the defensive midfielder family in his plans for this month's crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. All right, moving to the foreign scene now. Former FIFA President Sepp Blatter and French football legend Michel Platini are back in court in Switzerland to face accusations of fraud. In 2022, the pair were acquitted in a trial over a payment of 2 million Swiss francs made to Platini and authorized by Sepp Blatter in 2011. Both men denied wrongdoings and said that the transfer was a belated payment for FIFA advisory work by Platini, who formerly led European football's governing body UEFA. But the Swiss federal prosecutors appealed against the decision. The new trial is expected to last until Thursday, with a verdict due for the 25th of March. The pair appeared before an appeals court in Mutens near Basel on Monday. Blatter, who is 88, reaffirmed that he was innocent. And quoting him, "When you talk about falsehood, lies and deception, that's not me. That didn't exist in my whole life." A lawyer for Platini, who is 69, said that the lower court that acquitted the pair in 2022 had been right to find that the disputed payment of 2 million francs was lawful. Back to England, Fulham have condemned racist and homophobic abuse faced by their defender Calvin Bassey online after he scored in Sunday's FA Cup win over Manchester United. The Nigerian international gave his side the lead before halftime in the match that ended 1-0 at Old Trafford before Fulham overcame the hosts on penalties to qualify for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Quoting the club, Fulham Football Club is utterly appalled by the racist and homophobic abuse received and subsequently shared by Calvin Bassey on social media after Sunday's FA Cup tie against Manchester United. We strongly condemn that abhorrent behavior which has no place in football or society. Such actions are entirely unacceptable, and we stand in full support of Calvin Bassey, who will continue to receive our full backing. We will do everything in our power to work with the relevant authorities in identifying the perpetrators of these vile messages and taking the strongest form of action against them. Manchester City's Kyle Walker also faced online racist abuse after their loss to Juventus in the Champions League in December. In February, City forward Khadija Sow missed a match for mental health reasons after facing racist abuse following a loss to Arsenal in the Women's Super League. From England, let's patch our tent in Scotland, where a deal to take over Rangers Football Club by a group of US investors has been agreed in principle, led by Parag Marat, head of investment for the San Francisco 49ers American football franchise. The buyout would see 51% of the club acquired by the American consortium. It's understood that Dave King, the single largest stakeholder at Rangers, is set to sell his stakes in the club. The parties hope to complete the deal before the end of the season or during the summer. STV News did state talks began in October last year but are now at an advanced stage, and the consortium has progressed further than any other interested party over the last decade. The ownership of Rangers is currently shared among a number of different individuals and groups. Former chairman Dave King is the largest individual stakeholder with a stake of 12.96%. Douglas Park owns 11.54%, and George Taylor holds 10.22% of the shares. Back to England we go, where talented youngster Chudo Obi is set to miss the remainder of Manchester United's Europa League campaign after he was not included in their revised squad list for the competition. United face a Spanish side Real Sociedad in the first leg of their last 16 showdown in Spain on Thursday night, and head coach Ruben Amorim has stated that the striker is not in his plans. He made his third appearance for the club in Sunday's FA Cup defeat to Fulham after appearing from the bench. Obi joined United from Arsenal last September, after which point the club had already submitted their initial Europa League squad for the league phase of the competition. United updated their league squad last month following the closure of the January transfer window, and Obi was not included. Those who were still in the Europa League following the conclusion of the league phase had until February the 6th to add 3 players to their A list. And the 17-year-old who impressed from the bench against Fulham did not make his first team debut until February 16th, appearing as a late substitute in the 1-0 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. following a major injury crisis. Now, before we call it a wrap, let's look at some of the transfer rumors coming in, as Barcelona are reportedly keen on signing 23-year-old Arsenal attacker Gabriel Martinelli in the summer transfer window. According to reports, Barcelona are plotting a 45 million euro move for Arsenal attacker Gabriel Martinelli. The 23-year-old has done quite well for the North London club, and he could be an asset for Barcelona. The Brazilian international is capable of operating in the wide areas as well as the centre forward position. He will add goals and creativity to the Barcelona attack. It remains to be seen whether Arsenal are prepared to sanction his departure. Martinelli is highly rated across Europe, and he has a bright future ahead of him. The youngster is a key player for Arsenal, and losing him could be a blow to the Gunners. The North Londoners are already lacking in depth in the attacking unit, and it would be quite surprising if Arsenal decides to sanction his departure. Arsenal have not been able to rotate their squad adequately due to the lack of depth. They need to add more attacking players to the side, and it would be foolish of them to sell Gabriel Martinelli. However, recent reports have claimed that they might have to cash in on him to fund summer moves. Meanwhile, Barcelona need to add more quality to the wide areas, and Martinelli would be an exceptional acquisition for them. Apart from his ability to take on defenders and beat them in 1v1 situations, the Brazilian can find the back of the net fairly regularly as well. Elsewhere, former Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has been linked with a return to management, with RB Leipzig interested in him. According to reports, Bundesliga outfit RB Leipzig are in keen talks on the 55-year-old Dutch manager returning or taking over the reins right there in Germany. Die Rotenbullen are looking to add him as a potential replacement for Marco Rose. It will be interesting to see if RB Leipzig can get a deal done for the 55-year-old in the coming weeks. The Bundesliga Giants have had a disappointing 2024-2025 campaign, and they are currently 6th in the league table. A club of their status is expected to do a lot better and qualify for the UEFA Champions League at least. Now to France, Paris Saint-Germain will reportedly are reportedly looking at signing 22-year-old Spanish defensive prospect Raúl Asensio from Real Madrid in the summer transfer window. According to a report, Raúl Asensio is the subject of interest from Paris Saint-Germain. The Ligue 1 champions are scoring the market for a centre-back heading into the summer transfer window, with the Real Madrid breakout prospect emerging as a target. They are mulling over 50 million euros to trigger his release clause from the Los Blancos. Raúl Asensio has established himself as one of the most promising young prospects in the La Liga since breaking into the first team squad at Real Madrid. A native of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria, the Spaniard began his youth career in his hometown, passing through the Veteranos del Pila and Las Palmas before joining Real Madrid in July 2017. The 22-year-old progressed through the ranks in La Fabrica before becoming a regular for Real Madrid's Castilla. However, an injury crisis in the defensive unit helped Asensio make his first team blow with Real Madrid earlier this season, and he has already turned out 26 times thus far for the Los Blancos while chipping in 2 assists. The Spanish defender has made himself an asset for Real Madrid due to his ability to play as a centre-back and a right-back. Meanwhile, the youngster's progress has not gone unnoticed, capturing the attention of several well-known clubs across Europe. However, Paris Saint-Germain will aim to beat the competition to his signature in the summer transfer window. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the much we can go this evening. Remember, it is still the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on Radio Soccer Nation. It is, and we will be back here tomorrow, same time, same dial, to bring to you amazing stories coming from the world of football. Until then, my name still remains Osasi Hewitt, and I'm saying stay lifted and stay blessed. Don't touch it, leave it on Today 95.1 FM.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
You may not realize it, but do you know you can always show your love for others with simple gestures? Here are some of them. Always look for the good in people. There are two sides to every story. We have our good and bad sides. So, look for the good in people. Focus on people's potential. Everyone has potential. So, rather than put them down, help them realize it. Choose to love. If you're given an option between giving love and receiving love, choose given because that is a more practical choice. Treat everyone as equals. This means letting go of all the prejudice and partiality. See people for who they really are, not their jobs, not their apparels or bank accounts. If everyone does this, then the world will be a better place. Love yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. So, before you try to love other people, love yourself first. Forgive. We all make mistakes. So, whether it's a family or a stranger, the best way of showing love is forgiveness. Everyone deserves a second chance. Show compassion. Care for other people. Care for what they are going through. Do what you can to help. Give back to the community. Remember that a single drop of water can cause countless ripples. That donation, no matter how small, can inspire others to do the same. Smile, even to strangers. Remember that you're never fully dressed without a smile. So, do not underestimate the power of a smile. Not only does it lighten up your face, it will also brighten up another person's day. Be the spark of positivity you want to see. When you smile, the whole world smiles with you. This message is brought to you by Today95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
The rich man's wealth is in the city. Oh, destruction of the poor is poverty. Lord, destruction of our soul is vanity. Oh, do you will? Oh, how I wonder if you will. Right now I say, I want to rule my destiny. Oh, I want to rule my destiny. Here I call, give me all that destiny. Mama, look from where you call it. Destiny. Oh, Mama, look from where you call it. I want to rule my destiny. Oh, I want to rule my destiny. What did I say? We've been blessed, we've been touched. I love just so much. I feel them fighting, we're not giving hope. Men realm of Zion full of a spiritual hope. Wisdom overstanding shall never be too much. Shall die day and night. From even those pestilence that walk it a daylight. Oh, Mama, look from where you call. Oh, Mama, look from where you call. I wanna. Oh, high and high, say high and high. I wanna rule my destiny. Cast away their thoughts from us now. You hold them in the region, in the valley of decision, restraining those heathens with a rod of iron. Men know not the destiny of the next man. Why hold him? Set him free now too long. Would like to rule my destiny. All right, oh high and high. Would like to rule my destiny. Hear me. I miss the destiny. Mama, look from where you all. Destiny. Oh, Mama, I say, I wanna rule my destiny. Oh, I and I.
it's in your seat. Oh, while destruction of the poor is still poverty, Lord, destruction of man's soul, that's funny day. World to you, on BBC Extra, we're loud and clear. What did I say? When me holla, oh woman, let me hear you say that. Oh mama, hi, hi. Oh hi and I wanna rule. Take I away.
Yes, of course. Welcome on board. It's the What's on Your Mind segment. Yes, we have just limited time, just 12 minutes thereabout. So call me right away and tell me what's on your mind. I know a whole lot of things on your mind. Call on 0810-951-0951. 0817-000951.
Don't let them fool you. All right, oh, don't free my people. Don't let them, and we won't let them. Why try to make I unhappy, oh? I don't know. If it was up to them, I say, would I ever? Oh, that mystical communication. We come together. Oh, I love to see when my brothers and sisters are. That's the way it should be, not contrary. I try, you try, anyway. What? Oh, don't let them fool you. Oh, go shall free the people. Those over hills. Oh, and don't let them fool you. All right. Our folks won't do. Don't behave like they want you to. My love is true, yeah. Some live their life, they hold them at low. No reason why men are so damn low. Places to go, so much to do. Not a moment to reflect on the cycle of life. On my way, come and tell me all about it. I do not know. Hey, if it was up to them, would I ever see the sun on the snow? If our life was up to men, would I ever see the sun on the snow? I believe it's a mystical communication. we come together. A mystical communication, we come together. I love to see brothers and sisters. I love to see with my brothers and sisters. Oh. I love to see when brothers and sisters are looking out for one another. Ooh. Come on.
Say no to the ordinary. Embrace the extraordinary, because we are voice of the people. Voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1. If you will, right now I say, I want to rule my destiny. Oh, I want to rule my destiny. Here I call, give me all that destiny. Mama, look from where you call it. Oh, Mama, look from where you call it. Oh, I wanna.
Now, when they say people's destiny are in their hands, how would you describe that? Yes, good evening.
Hey, Max, my man, good evening.
I greet you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. Max, are you not seeing it that the ones we've been talking is like makes no meaning? All we've been talking, all we've been shouting, contributing is like it makes no meaning at all. So people are almost tired of talking. From what we are seeing currently, I'm telling you, personally, I'm even tired of talking. To tell you the truth. So the situation is very, very unpleasing. It's not pleasant at all. So we take things now the way we see it. If it is good, no matter. If it is bad, we are not going to enter back into our mother's womb. However it is, we are going to face it. Thank you, Marcel.
Thank you very much. You know, when they say your destiny is in your hands, we're going to elaborate on that more from the 7 p.m. But I just have to play you this thing from Buju Banton.
On this destiny, Mama, look from where you all. Oh, Mama, I say, oh, it's in your seat. Oh, while destruction of the poor is.
Yes, good evening, welcome.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Doc, welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Maxwell, I want to rule my destiny. Maxwell, gradually, the very current political class are beginning to make us not to rule our destiny. What do I mean? We have our individual destiny God has destined us. We probably, most of us are there. I am destined to be a doctor by His grace, and I am. Maxwell, probably you read engineering or you read mass communication or communication studies, whichever area you majored. Probably that's your destiny God has destined to you to be. However, Maxwell, we have a destiny as a nation. What is the destiny of this nation? And that is what everybody wants to champion, the destiny of Nigeria. But what is happening? They are beginning to make us not to get the destiny of this nation. I was discussing with one Dr. Bumere today in UK. She told me it will be their joy to come back to Nigeria, but they cannot come. And
wait, you spoke... Hold on, sir. Hold on, Doc. You spoke with Dr. Bumere? Hello, Doc.
I'm here, Maxwell.
You spoke with Dr. Bumere?
Yes.
He's in the UK now?
She's in the UK, yes.
Is he a she or he?
It's she, a she.
Oh, I thought it's the he that I know.
No, this is a she.
Okay, go ahead.
But what she told me is that because there's a group I belong to, Nigerian doctors in UK. A lot of them wants to come back home. A lot of them came to vote. Some of them came to vote to change the destiny of Nigeria, to make Nigeria a better place for them to practice. Whether you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, that the place should be a better place. They don't want to be second-class citizens anymore. But Maxwell, what was the outcome of that election that all of us voted for massively, wanted a better destiny? They rigged our election, they rigged our vote, gave us election at the early hours of the day. They are trying to rule the destiny of this nation. We are what we want this nation to be. Look at them, look at what is happening. They have gone us in Abuja to rule the destiny of this River State. But I tell them something, the destiny of River State will not be real. Just like when you talked about Ogoni, the Bill of Rights. They have also gone up. They will bring people who are from church. They will bring people who are notable, probably, who have come to become politicians overnight. Where is Ogoni Bill of Rights? Where is $300 million you're talking about? And so on and so forth. They want to rule the destiny of this country. That's of Ogoni. But I know Ogoni people for one thing. They are very resilient people. Even though it will carry, but it will definitely come to pass. Until we do away with these current politicians we have, the election riggers, who rigged our election in 2023, until God help us to do away with them in this country, we may not reach that destiny where Nigerians will be very proud of Nigeria. Until we rig away the people who are weak sinners and accusing themselves of sexual harassment and all that, we may not get to that destiny very soon. But I don't want it, even though it carries, one day, surely, Nigeria will be what God wants it to be. You see this type of politicians who are hijackers, who have bought even judiciary in their pockets, it will not continue forever. One day, someday, it will end. I tell them one thing, this thing is waiting for all of us. Whatever we do, our children, posterity will not forget us, will not forgive us if we do the wrong one. Let them keep rigging our results. Let them keep rigging our votes. But I know one thing, surely, one day, Nigeria will have a better destiny. A day that Nigerians who are in the diaspora will come home and say, of a truth, I'm a Nigerian. You know the way the American votes of America. Why do they vote of America? The life of one America matters. But in Nigeria, the life of 1 million Nigerians in Nigeria doesn't matter to our political leaders.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doc.
I pray someday something good will happen. Thank you, Maxwell.
Thank you, Doc. And that's much we can take on this segment. But we need to go for this short break. I had to play that song on purpose. Don't go anywhere.
Mama, look from where you all. Oh, mama, I say, oh, I and I.
Today's news in 60.
The federal government has announced plans to secure a total investment of $122.2 billion to diversify the country's energy sources. The Nigeria Labour Congress has vowed to mobilize workers and citizens for a nationwide protest if the federal government proceeds with its proposed electricity tariff hike. Statistics from the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries have shown that Nigeria's crude grade Bonny Light traded 8.3% higher in January. Naira appreciates against the dollar to end on positive note at the official foreign exchange market over the weekend. On the foreign scene, Microsoft over the weekend has announced that it was retiring Skype, the online voice and video call pioneer that the tech titan acquired in 2011.
Today's news in 60. in 60. 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back. Days to Rude Boy Ken.
Say no to the ordinary. Embrace the extraordinary, because we are the voice of the people. Voice of the people. Today, 95.1 FM. Today, 95.1 FM.
That was good, Which was good. Oh yeah. The rich man's word is in the sea.
All right. Welcome to Area Talk on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. It's a great day. It's a wonderful day. The third day in the month of March 2025. Time is going and time waits for no one. Whatever you want to do, you must do it now. Because as time goes on, you're getting older. You understand? Now, the question is, what is destiny? Yes, what is destiny? Everybody wants to fulfill destiny. And it is very important that you must take positive steps to fulfill your destiny. What I'm saying now will lead us to the topic we're about to look at. Whatever you do, whatever action or inaction you take today, will either take you a step further or 10 steps backward. There are timely decisions you must take in life. As a person, as an organization. There are organizations who took the wrong step and till today they've been unable to recover. There are organizations that took the right step. The Microsoft, the Google, the Coca-Cola and all those companies you talk about, there was a time they took the right step. They had to take the bull by the horn to push their destiny forward, and today they are known globally. In life, you must be courageous to take some bold steps if you want to conquer in life. Nigerians are a very resilient set of people. Nigerians are very hardworking. Nigerians take steps. Nigerians take risk, high risk. And that's why they succeed everywhere they go to. Nigeria is practicing a democracy. Is supposedly supposed to be practicing a democracy. We borrowed it from the US. However, you discover that it looks like we're still practicing a unitary system. Now, in a democratic system where you talk about true federalism, states have their powers. The federal government also have their own power. Since we have decided to stay as one indivisible country, there is no Nigeria. I will continue to say it. There is no Nigeria. And all this message is also going to the political leaders who are listening to me, whether at the grassroots level, with whatever level you belong to, in as much as you are from, especially the South. Let me not just narrow it down to the Niger Delta alone, but the Niger Delta most importantly, but the South, including Southeast. We are the ones saying South, South, Southeast. South is South. Your destiny is in your hands. There is no Nigeria without Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Kano, Lagos, Aba, Abia, Edo, and every other state put together. There's nothing like Nigeria as in Abuja. Different cells comes together to form a particular organ in the body. The different organs come together. I don't know, please, doctors can correct me. Then different organs come together. You have the liver, the kidney. They all have different functions. Remove one, the body is gone. Remove the kidney, the body can't function. Even if the liver and other parts are very healthy, but the body will die. So everybody is important. And I want our political leaders to listen carefully. Everybody is what? Important in this Nigeria. Both the followers, both the leaders. Most times, I find it frightening when the leaders from the South behave like second-class citizens in this country called Nigeria. You bring up some bills or some issues that would affect a certain section of the country, and they all gang up and come up and say no to it. But if you turn the coin this way around, you suffer alone. Nobody comes to your rescue. Nobody tends to rally around you because you're from this region to say no to an obnoxious policy. Within the Niger Delta, oil have been leaving this place since 1958 thereabout. Some of our leaders within this region are even complicit of the underdevelopment within our communities where oil and gas has been lifted for a very long time. And that's why I usually tell people, for youths who are listening to me, when there is a sharing of the loot, they don't discriminate themselves. They gather and share the loot. They don't care about you. But you, when it is time to take decisions, that's when you will know you are supporting one political leader or the other. And I usually ask you guys questions. You've not been able to answer me. This political leader you quote, that you follow, I don't know if you feel he loves you so much. Have you tried telling him that you want to marry his daughter, like Kechi Smith-Dibia will say, and hear what he will say to you? Tell him you want to marry his daughter. Tell him to get you a scholarship abroad, and hear what he will say. Tell him to send you to one of the best training institutes in the world to go and learn a skill. Even if it's within the West African sub-region. Tell him to send you to South Africa to go and learn a skill. Tell him to send you to Egypt, Morocco, to go and learn a skill, Dubai. And hear what he will say. That is when you will know if he loves you. As far as the average Nigerian politician is concerned, except the few ones amongst them who have distanced themselves. Now, a guest of mine said something. He said, if we want this nation to be better, if we want this state to be better, detach yourself from party first. That's the first thing you should do. Detach yourself from APC. Detach yourself from PDP, from Labour, from ABGA, from any political party. Stand as a citizen. You'll be able to judge if a government is doing well or not. And then detach yourself from ethnicity. Don't say the FCT minister is an Ekwere man. Therefore, whatever he's doing is correct. Don't say the governor of Rivers State is an Opobo man. Because I am from Opobo, anything he does is correct. I'm just using that as an instance. Don't say Edison here is an Ahoda man, a Ekpeye man. So because I'm an Ekpeye man, whatever it does is correct. I'll give you an assignment. Go and check past political leaders. Some of you who come from their communities. Chibudon Wuche, Prince Uche Secondus, Tele Kuru former governor, GTG Toby. Go and check their communities. Check if their communities have basic amenities. Past commissioners, deputy governors, people who have been given one appointment or the other. Check. Go to their community if you can see basic amenity. Basic amenities such as transformers, there's light, pipe-bomb water, some internal roads, basic things. Now go to those communities also. Check if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 20 people that have been sent abroad, or the best one of the best institutions in the world to go and learn or study something. They are that you can point to that, okay, they are either abroad doing well and sending dollars to their parents, or they're in Nigeria in one institution or the other doing well for themselves and their family. Go and check. I'm giving you an assignment. Use that as a yardstick to judge those political leaders you follow. Do you understand? I have also done my own analysis from my village to my community to my senatorial district. Nothing come out. Nothing come out. I've had a senator from my own village. See his house here. See our family house here. It's not far. You won't even use bike. I've had a local government chairman from my community. Presently, I have a commissioner from my village. Gong. I've had people who have been in government from my own village. Brothers and sisters, nothing come out. You only see it in their lives and in their nuclear family. It does not show in the overall well-being of every other person within the community and village. So, when I see hungry people celebrate over whatever you want to celebrate, well, that's your business too. But I am just encouraging you to check. Do this analysis and then check. Even the former governors, go and check their village and their community. Count how many people they have empowered, like real empowerment. Check if they have good roads in their village and community. Check if they have constant electricity. Do you know there are some things you can do for your community that will last for 50 years? Yes, you can. If you want to put electricity in your village, you can tie it to something. You can do it in such a way that even when previous governments come, they can't erase it. It will be there. Your people will be enjoying it. Another way to empower people very well is to educate their mind. Is to send them to the best institutions. Human capacity development. That's one of the best ways, because those people are the people who will come back to the village and build the road and buy the transformers. Let me state this. If you have 2,000 people in a community, assuming, and 500 of those people, out of the 2,000, 100 are billionaires, not through stealing. Then the remaining 400 are all millionaires in their capacity. Do you know that village, no matter how, all of them cannot be stingy or useless. Some will come back, pick some few people. That's how development comes to community. This one is in University of Oxford, doing well. This one is in one company in the West African region as a regional manager. This one is here as a business tycoon. This one is here as an academic. This one is here. His hospitals are all over. Do you know, naturally speaking, they will empower other people in the community, and that community will never lack goodies because there will be competition. This one will bring transformer. This one will pay NEPA bill. This one will send people abroad for schooling. Some local schools here. This one will bring solar. This one will bring in their own little way. And it might start from somebody. There's a man in the West people celebrate today. Why? He gave his people free education. And those guys, when you talk about education, when you talk about top positions in this country, they are there. So these are the things you should be looking at. If someone comes from your community and has attained a high position, and you cannot point to 20, 30, 40, 50 people that he has given opportunity to see light, education, skill. I'm not talking about hairdressing by the roadside. Even if it's fashion you want to do, they send you to the best fashion school in Nigeria. They send you to the best fashion school in New York. When you come back, you start designing for bigger people. Imagine how many people you will employ. And then they have factories. That person will bring some other people who are interested in fashion, just like that. The one they sent to China or India or any other, or Italy, to study medicine, and then they empowered him to open his own private hospitals. Imagine how many people he will employ within that environment. So that's it. Talking about destiny. Every state have their destiny in their hands. And every state must realize that yes, there's Nigeria, but there's a state within the Nigerian airspace, within the Nigerian territorial landmass. Some people have been pushing for resource control, resource control, resource control. Some people don't want it. Now that the major resources are here. There are other major resources in the north, gold. There was an allegation by Femi Falana that $9 billion of gold leaves this country every year. $9 billion. $9 billion. Did you hear that? $9 billion of gold. Oshomole came on board and accused some people that they are the ones mining gold. And the presidents have all looked away. Everybody is concentrating on oil. Every seminar and conference they are doing now is on oil and gas. How to increase production. Until it finishes, that's when you will know how they will throw you aside. Then that's when you will know you are not even useful again. Then I wonder what the governors will fall back on. They want to resume oil production in Ogoni. Sharp, they have signed Federal University of Environment and Technology. And people are just jumping unnecessarily. I stand to be corrected. I might not be an old man, but sometimes God also shows visions to younger people. God reveals things to people when you want him to reveal to you. That is the truth. God speaks to everybody. It depends on how you want to relate with him. So people should not think that younger people don't have sense, or younger people cannot see what, even old people might not see tomorrow. Probably because they have been blinded by what they want to eat today. Whereas life is not like that. Check the Niger Delta region. Go and check. What was the agreement with the IOCs? The 1958 and co. Oloibiri is number one. How is Oloibiri? That's the question I keep on asking. How is Oloibiri? Oloibiri is Dubai. Am I sure? Is Oloibiri Dubai? What did they use in building Dubai? Is it not oil money, Qatar and the rest? The youth of those nations, are they not enjoying oil money? Now, juxtapose it. Niger Delta youth, why are you not enjoying oil money? Until you carry arm, they will not attend to you. Then there's a problem somewhere. They clamored and said 13% derivation, 13% derivation. They said derivation fund, they say 13%. Out of 100, they give it 13. Even the 13, how have you utilized it? The governors within this region. Now, everybody waits for Abuja to share money. Everybody waits for what? Abuja to share money. I mean, state governors sit in their comfort zone and wait for Abuja to share money. Then they will share. They will now give 13% derivation, give small ecological fund. So everybody have looked away from IGR. But the companies are based within this area. Their corporate office where they talk about the monetary matters are all in Lagos. But their operational base where oil will spill, where they vomit oil to spoil the land is here. But where they wear suit to the office is in Lagos. Here they wear coverall and safety helmet and boot so that the oil will not touch them. But in Lagos they wear suit. They use pen to sign all the money. So if you want to discuss any documentation, you go to Lagos/Abuja. Because when you come here, they'll tell you, our own is to drill. You want to do documentation, please fly to Lagos. Who is fooling who? Now, the recent issue with River State, this is the first time that funds will be withheld. The one that was withheld during Obasanjo and the then Governor Tinubu then was LCDA issue. You created more local government. We are not going to release funds to those local governments, so withhold it. If you check the reason for that one and the reason for this one, these are two different matters. They are all withhold. They all have to do with withholding of funds. Am I correct? And these funds are funds that all the states, even those who scatter beer and coal, they share VAT and all that, they still collect VAT. They still collect part of the oil money. But the oil is here. So they say, okay, since you have made so much noise, take 13% derivation to go and pacify the communities where this oil are coming out from. The governors don't account for it. They are the ones who know how they spend those monies, because the communities where this oil is being mined, the communities are still devastated. Umuebulu, Rumekbe, Oshiboko, Ogwaegbe Mandoni, Bukuma, Boni, Ogoni, everywhere. Nothing to show. The one of Ogoni, the people say, oh yeah, enough is enough. Come and go, come and go, come and go. And then people say, why would you lock the oil? Why would you lock the oil? Well, they want to reopen it. Come back to the conversation. The governors are just satisfied. When they formed Brace, I thought, oh, they are going to move with the speed of light. We just hear once in a while, they just meet where I should be, they talk, they do communicate, that's all. They're just satisfied. Look, the prodigal son asked for what belongs to him. Call him someone with big eye. That's your business. He asked for what belongs to him. Yes, he made mistake and squandered it. When he came back, go and read about the prodigal son. The father still welcomed him, did party for him. The elder brother, came and saw that party was ongoing. He said, is he not this idiot that took his own part of the distance, ran away, went to carry women and squandered it? Now he's back. They are throwing party for him. They have not thrown party for me. Boldness and courage is what the prodigal son had. The only issue he had was the spirit of squandering. Else, if he had invested that money and all what they gave him, he would have been a big man. The question I usually ask, and I'll continue to ask my Niger Delta governors, why are you comfortable with 13% derivation and the sharing from Abuja? Rather, the Niger Delta governors, especially the ones of River State, all they want is to be president. All of them. I can't say for Governor Fubara now, but the ones before him, all they want is what? they want to be president. Has anyone succeeded? No. Has money been spent on that journey? Yes. Which money has been spent on that journey? Rivers money. Money that were meant to give Rivers youth the comfort that they deserve. Monies that were meant to send Rivers youth to the best of institutions around the world to go and study. Just like China sent their best brains to go and study. And today, China is challenging US, whether you like it or not. They are challenging the world. They are entering everywhere. They have the skills. They have the education. Monies that were meant to ensure that Rivers youth get the best education in the world. Look, when you spend money for knowledge, you don't look at the amount you are spending. You look at the overall benefits. If on each youth you spend 200 million naira, 200 million naira, and you send 2,000 of them across the globe, you know what you have done? In the next 20 to 40 to 50 years, Rivers State can challenge Nigeria when it comes to knowledge. Because you know what that means? When they all come back here, and you make this place conducive, that's another thing. You build institutions that when these guys come back, they will have an equivalent of what they saw in Dubai, what they saw in Australia, in Canada, in Russia, what they saw there here, in our institutions here, research institutions, production institutions, the normal educational institutions, so they can practice and start production. Okay, the other day, Mr. Smith was talking about keke 3 million naira. What does it take to produce keke? Nothing. As a science student, I know it is not a big deal. All these things we say Oyibo is produced, not as though they have angelic brain. It's the same brain that we have here. You can reproduce that thing here. No big deal. You can even make it better here. And I'm sure our boys can do it and do, what do you call it? They can increase the speed with which the keke will move, other than the ones we import. Our problem is we just like this dependency. We have this dependency mentality. Why are the governors comfortable? Why haven't they taken their destiny into their hands to push for something bigger? Why are they comfortable with this eating from hand to mouth? Now, CBN, by the Supreme Court judgment, have barred the CBN from releasing funds to River State government because of the political crisis. Even though it is only a foolish brother that will carry his family matter to the marketplace for them to settle. When you have problem within your family, you settle it there. You drop your pride and settle it there. You don't carry it to the marketplace. When you carry it to the marketplace, you know what that means. Market people go judge the matter. When they judge them, you get as the matter go be. That is, by the way, why are the governors comfortable? Do you think this lack of release of funds, which originally is Rivers money, because if you look at it, it is an agreement that when you are done selling oil, gas, VAT, everything, you will share and give to everybody. You take the bigger share, which is not true federalism. True federalism is resource control. I have sand. Let me manage my sand and pay tax to you, since we're in federating union. I have fufu. I'll sell my fufu and remit tax to you. I have gold. I will sell my gold and remit tax to you. The democracy we borrowed from the US, are we practicing it the way the US is practicing it? Check across the states in US, they don't have the same minimum wage. They have a standard minimum wage set by the federal government, but each state, according to their capacity, go to California, go to other states, they have, you will see New York police and federal police. Am I correct? California police and federal police. So you borrow democracy from them, but you did not borrow the practice itself. You came here and then decided to turn it this way, do the one that will benefit you, and then leave the other one. So since the governors have looked at that the oil companies here messing up our environment, when you want to, some of the governors they don't even mind. Even if oil covers the whole community, it's not their business. They don't live there now. Then the community will start calling on the federal government that is in Abuja, far, far away Abuja. Why can't the states take their destiny in their hands? The question I want to ask, with what is happening now, it's a precedent. It means if it can happen to Rivers State, it can happen to any other state. Somebody can decide to take the government to court to stop funds for one thing or the other. It will go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court will say, yes, bam, for this purpose, your monthly allocation will not come. With this now, do you think in an ideal situation where we have governors who know what they are doing, is it not supposed to trigger them to start pushing for us to start mining our oil and gas? The companies negotiate directly with the state government. Whatever we sell here, we pay tax to you. After all, as we speak, they are mining gold in the north and nobody gives account. Are you not aware? Go and Google it now. Femi Falana said it now, that $9 billion of gold leaves this country every year, unaccounted for. Don't they have governors there? They have governors, isn't it? Is the federal government not aware? Oshomole has come out too. He has said it that some people are mining gold there. Why they do like say you don't know now? But the whole army, they are here to check who is busting pipe, even though I don't encourage that. Who is cooking oil, who is not cooking oil. And the governors are quiet. Now, Supreme Court says, don't release funds until you constitute your House of Assembly. This is a family matter. Am I correct? If it is a family matter, how does it concern holding the money that belongs to a state where the egg is being laid? So you know where they train chicken now? The smell is something else. The landlord. So when they finish laying the eggs, they'll carry the eggs, go and sell. It is the landlord that will clean everywhere, ensure that everywhere is clean. The man who is living there, he's one. When he wants to eat his sweet food, the smell of this chicken feed and all that gets into the food. Then every other person in the compound, when they finish selling the egg, they will share the money across board. Then he got to a time, because he had issues with his wife, they now said, we will not give you your own money again. But now in a house where the fowl they lay egg, where then they sell, that everybody used to share. He's the one inhaling the smell. He's one inhaling the rubbish aroma. Is it aroma we'll call it now? Because the smell is not good now. That one is not aroma now. Is it fragrance? No, fragrance smells good. The smell. Aroma sounds romantic. Fragrance sounds romantic. No, I will not call it fragrance. Don't you think this should now push the governors to say enough is enough, especially in the Niger Delta where oil is being... Every day you hear, oh, we must hit 2.16 barrels. The budget is predicated on what is gotten from the Niger Delta. You know, if we sell like this plus or minus, the oil this thing does not drop. According to OPEC projection, this. Let us do the budget like this. From here, it is the same place the allocation will not come. So, Are the governors wise enough to start saying, hey, this thing where they come, it's just like fire caught a particular house 5 few meters away from, and you checked, this was the cause of the fire. If you don't solve it, that fire will soon catch and get to your house. Am I correct? Is it not time? That's why I'm asking now. With what has happened to River State now, with this, my issue is not on constituted House of Assembly or no constituted. That one is politics. Because even the House of Assembly, when they were together, nothing come out. They were not doing anything. Both this one, both the other one, all of them are the same. Assembly members, they don't represent it. Have they represented you? The national, even the National Assembly, what are they doing? When people say a well-constituted, I usually ask questions. I say, come. What do you even mean? People who are just driving Jeep, no meaning, they just sit, talk for their own welfare, collect their monthly allowance, collect a gunje from back, part this budget, part that budget, nothing to show. Are you concerned about people occupying offices or impact of people who occupy offices? Is that what you're concerned about? What is the essence of having your brother working with Donald Trump and you don't even have common phone? You cannot buy phone from US and send to you, even though you shouldn't be entitled. Okay, let me not use that one. Your father, yes, you're entitled. What is the essence? Having a father that is so rich, but he not train you for school. Will you say you have father? It's sperm donor that you have. What is father? Father is not just somebody who impregnated someone and gave birth to you. Father is someone who takes responsibility. And that's why over there, you want to abandon your child, they will knock you, slam you. You pay for child support. Then they look Uche face. Over there. Now here, tradition says the man might not train. But when you are now a big boy, the man can come and benefit. Nonsense tradition that makes people irresponsible. I said, I'm going to advise young men. If you like, go and impregnate somebody. You see these children, these Gen Alphas, they will show you people shege. You impregnate someone, you abandon your child, you run away. When it's time to enjoy, you now come, you say culture, they will plank your head. These Gen Alphas, you think it's our own generation that we have respect. These Gen Alphas, they don't have respect. They ask you big question. You're 3, 4, 5-year-old. They ask you big question. You think they will take that nonsense? No. We encourage irresponsibility in Africa. People are so irresponsible. And then they say culture. What kind of irresponsible culture is that one? You will not train a child. Who send you to go knock woman? That's just by the way. But don't you think it is time for the governors to look at what has happened? Because today now, these are saying, concern me, be our own, concern me, our own go see they come. Is it not time for them to look at this issue and say, no? If it can happen to River State, it can happen to anybody. So my concern is not about the political fight, because that one is ego and egocentrism and pride and fight for pot of porridge. People want to be in control of the resources. That is what this fight is about. They will not come and tell you. They're never belleful. They want to. Do you know there are people who they want the central bank of the country to be in their house? Nigerian politicians of Nigerian stock, they don't get tired of looting. That's the only ministry that is working. Somebody brought out money of 1990 something and was spending it in 2020 something. A notable politician from one of the Niger Delta states. 200 naira. No, have they done 200 naira then? No, whether 20 naira or so. Big bunch that he stored. The one they have stolen and stocked. They keep money in grave, GP tank, everywhere. The one they saw in Ikoyi house, we don't know where the money dated today. They say na Rivers money, but Rivers youth, they follow them, they hail them. My capacity! shift, come off for road. So, is it not time that the governors will start looking at these issues and then start pushing for everybody to look at their resources? Whatever you have, mine it, sell it to angels or whoever you want. Even if you want to sell it to Vladimir Putin, collect your money, pay tax, manage your money, so that there won't be anything like allocation from heaven again. Join the conversation. Good evening.
Hello.
Let's go ahead.
Master, good evening to you. And I remember Stephen Nido. You see, each River State youth to 3-year old, all what they know is to stop, to support. Hey, are you faithful life? Are you a sin movement? Hey, are you a wicked life? They just supporting anything they don't know about.
So focus on the matter. The governors.
What we are seeing today is that our people that we elect into various office, they are not hardworking. They can't generate funds for themselves. So you don't tell me that you wait till when allocation will come from Abuja before you will be able to pay workers. So which means they are not there for anything reasonable. They are only there to collect and wait for allocation.
Right. Thank you very much. So we can take other calls. Yes, good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Zion.
Go ahead, Mr. Zion.
The truth is this, a lot of these guys who forge their way into political office are not even educated to be there. They don't have the capacity, they are incompetent. Most of them are there because of they don't have a job or they don't have a business. And it was the poverty that dragged them there. So automatically they are devoid of giving you anything, any policy that can change your life. We were doing a study a few weeks ago and we found out that in Swiss, it's only farmers that count money. Only farmers that count money. You can even see money in their house. Swiss are taking care of their population. And what do they harvest and what do they farm? Banana. Nothing more, nothing less. So who is giving them money? We stole our money and we took them there. And they are benefiting from the profits and the gains or the interest rate that which the African.
So is it not time that the governors start looking at this, what I just proposed?
Are they competent enough? Are they educated enough to see that?
All right. Thank you, sir.
This is the question. And most of the people who want to negotiate, we are the leaders of the Niger Delta. Negotiate with us. We are this, we are that. Check them. What is their competency when it comes to negotiation? Before you know, oil companies, okay, let us just give you 3 billion. 3 billion, will give us. The oil company will go home with over 100 and something billion.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Billion. What product or what development do you think such person can give you?
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. All right. This one says, Max, yes, the other divide will continue to treat the South as second-class citizens because most of us have decided to leave with the contracted allegations of what they did to us. Our birthright has been traded away way well back in 1967. We now beg for what belongs to us. Thank you, Kanu. Good evening, Lucky Maxwell. Okay, stench. Yes, stench. That's the word I was looking for. Steve says, Max, the problem is that our past and present leaders in this state are bereft of ideas. Governance is not about building roads and bridges, but impacting the lives of your people. I traveled to Lagos with Ibom Air last week, and I bet you that airline is one of the best in the country. Imagine how many Akwa Ibomites that are gainfully employed by that airline. That is visionary leadership. Steve, remove your hand from that Ibom Air thing. Get us that matabi. Do you understand? Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Master.
Go ahead.
To Lagos, the controversy will be hard. How long did that?
Yes, sir. Can you call back? Please. Good evening.
Good evening, Master.
Go ahead, Obed.
Thank you very much. Master, thank you so much for all you do. At least being able to reawaken the minds of people. You understand? You have indeed opened up that government is not all about for you to bring good governance. It's not nuclear physics. It's simple and short. Zion said something. People who came into power, it's either they don't have a job. In fact, I can tell you that is true because to tell you the words of the former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, when he said he joined politics because of unemployment. So people are not coming into politics because they have something to offer. They come into politics because they don't have a job. And that is why you see anyone who don't enter into office, he will begin to amass wealth that his children, some born children, not for the fact that he wants to prioritize the welfare of the people, not at all. And the worst aspect of it is the citizens we have. Mental slavery has become order of the day. The people who oppress you, support them, you bootlick them. At the end of the day, you get nothing. Their children goes abroad, they bring you back when they send you abroad because there's no money. But they have money to send their children abroad. Yet, you won't learn. After, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, this one says, good morning, Maxim. My name is Dan Onyeche. Our so-called leaders don't learn. Can't all the Niger Delta governors build world-class refinery, visit Indorama in Eleme and see how Indians are milking us from industry we abandoned years back? I don't want to even go into that one. Good evening.
Master, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
First of all, I want to appreciate you for your educating our ignorance, more especially with the Niger Delta youth, the ones that are ready to listen. May God bless you, and I will urge you, keep to it. Don't be afraid or be intimidated by anybody. If we have sound minds like you that will be educating Nigerians all this while, I think our youth by this time ought to have known what to do, because ignorance is one of the diseases that is eating us up in this country. We have sold our right perpetually to these wicked and cruel leaders in this nation. Imagine, I was at home this afternoon pondering over this particular issue you're talking about. How can a state that is generating oil money to the federal government will be in comatose, will be in chaos like this, and federal government is happy siding just one individual above the masses because they know that at the end of the day nothing will happen? But let me tell you something, Maxwell. Rivers youths are becoming aware, and gradually we are going to take back what belongs to us. Why is it that if truly we are practicing federalism, the state that is producing oil, gold, now the things they are doing here in Rivers State or in the Niger Delta, can they try it at the north? You see, this is the problem we're having in this nation. We are not practicing the true federalism. The law is only for one set of people or individuals. The law only works for the common man, not for the rich, not for the elite. So, but I know that one day, a day will come, Niger Delta youths will wake up from this slumber. How will we be generating wealth for the federal government and they are milking us, then we don't have say? While in the true state, we are supposed to pay tax out of what we are making here to the federal government. What kind of mess is this? What kind of nation is this?
Thank you, sir.
But I know, believe me, one day a day will come. Nobody will die twice. Nobody will die twice. One day, all these people that are looting our wealth and impoverishing us, one day we will rise up and this nonsense will stop.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. God bless you.
Thank you. I watched some documentaries and I see how little children of 20-something in these Middle Eastern countries, they drive Range Rover like no man's business. They don't use it as luxury. They don't use it to go and chike babe. Say, I don't carry Range Rover. It's not something they got from Yahoo. They did not get it from Yahoo. At least, you have people within your community who have traveled to Dubai. It is the blacks who go there to do the hard job. It's not them. Oh. They enjoy the oil money. What did I say? And it's not a sin to enjoy what God has given to you. Yes, and you can enjoy what God has given you and be responsible. But the average Niger Delta youth, the average one, probably does not even have access to quality education. That's where it even starts from. Good evening.
Yeah, Master, good evening.
Go ahead, Ugo.
Please, the Niger Delta have been made to see the people from the East, or the East entirely, as the problem they have. They have been, permit me to use the word blindfolded. They have been blindfolded to see people from the East who are also suffering the same thing they are suffering as their problems. Whereas those who are their problems are on the ground, following what is in these two areas. I tell you, I'm into this sector called oil and gas. We, as much as we work here in the Niger Delta or in the South, so also we work in the Southeast. If I tell you the extent of devastation in these two regions, who are suffering what we call environmental pollution, environmental devastation, yes, people from other regions will come and tell you, don't you know that these people you call your brothers are your enemies, they are the problems that you have. Now you see Lagos Ibadan roads being entertained every day, being attended to on daily basis. When you come to Niger Delta, they emasculate our leaders.
Thank you.
They use it to make campaign. That's where my brother.
Thank you very much. Look at the East-West Road. Some of them are not completed. Look at the train they brought here from Port Harcourt to Aba. Kabu. No, they should come and fault me that train is a new one. Kabu train. Who uses that kind of train in this 21st century? Who uses it? The one they launched in Tanzania, in their villages. Go and Google it. Check the kind of trains they launched in Tanzania. In their rural areas, it will be carrying people within their rural areas. Yet, we have governors that receive billions. Now, even before you say, okay, enough is enough with it, 13%, we want to control. The one you have been receiving, how have you used it? When they brought the train down here, who spoke? Nobody spoke against it. I was here. I talked about it. I said, look at the kabu they are giving us. Good evening.
Yes, Maxwell.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Like you said about mining in the north, do you blame federal government or you blame Nigerian or you blame the people? Because I can tell you that the people in the north, they don't play politics when it comes to governance or when it comes to things that are very important to them. Over here in the south, is your brother that will go and invite and bring somebody to that wherever you tell them that this thing you are doing is illegal, they should arrest you. Like you are talking about a budget, how do they call?
So sorry, your line is breaking. Good evening.
Hello, Maxwell.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Osinachi.
Yes, please.
Maxwell, God will bless you. you will live long for what you are doing for Rivers people. Maxwell, I just wish these lawmakers will make law, because they will never make law that will benefit us. I just wish they will make law that will make us to have independent candidates. At least people like you, who can vote, you can come out for something, we'll vote for you now. Since it's as if these people, because of these people are there, doesn't make them. It doesn't mean they have brain more than us that are not there. So that is just the truth of the matter. But my brother, God will bless you. I tire for Rivers matter. Now I won't put mouth for their matter because I get anger issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
My name is Aina from Port Harcourt. My interest is the people of Rivers State, because the Supreme Court judgment is like most of us, we don't really understand it. I think my little knowledge of elementary economy talks about injection and expansion. When enough funds injected to a state, for example, to be expansion in the economic activity. Now, I want to tell you that in the next 10 years, or let me say 5 to 10 years, the son of the studies implemented. I want Rivers State will be one of the first states in Nigeria.
Your line is breaking. I'm so sorry, sir. Can we take one more to wrap up? Well, that's much we can take. However, please don't allow politics blind your eyes. Never allow politics blind your eyes. Especially selfish politics. What everybody should be asking for is investment in things that will better the lives of the people. Just like what that man was saying, because the line was not very straightforward. When money is injected into a system, it helps the system to flow. If your oil is shorting, your oil is going down, you have to top it or change it totally. If you're not careful, it will get to a point that your engine will knock. That's why oil lubricates the system. Am I correct? That's what oil does. It lubricates the system. That's how funds are. Money. Ego. Ibigi. When it is injected into a system, it lubricates the system. Truth be told, if Governor Sim decides not to work with these guys and wants to make use of IGRO, he needs to work 10 times harder to increase the IGRO of this system. He has to look for a way to partner with international countries in Africa, in Europe, to bring in funds, to inject funds into the system. And these are the things we've been clamoring for. This is what I've been talking and shouting. All this over-reliance on what is coming from Abuja is not too good. You have to look for a way. You have to go out of this small political space. Travel. Meet this prime minister. Meet this president. Talk business. That is what a governor is supposed to be doing. Talk business with this person. Bring in your guys. Don't worry. A governor is supposed to be concerned with business. Governance is business. Governance is not just giving speech, driving this in an inaugurating project. That one is tertiary. Governance is you are. Oh, let me take this short break and come for Eyewitness Report.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back. Don't get it mixed up. You are listening to Today 95.1 FM, your premium talk, news, and sports station in Port Harcourt. We are the Voice of the People.
Yes, welcome back. It's now time for Eyewitness Reports. Start sending in your Eyewitness Reports to 0701 9339 962. Let me say this to politicians. I agree. The system does not put pressure on people to work. Nigerians, in this case now, Rivers people, celebrate mediocrity. When a public office holder gives 10,000 to somebody, does surgery for one person, to an average Nigerian, that is governance. Please, those things are things that originally, if you have a system, the system should be able to take care of it. I belong to a platform, and a man, the daughter had issues. They are supposed to do surgery. The money was too much, so people were contributing. It wasn't enough. Then the senator from my senatorial district decided to intervene. That's 1 in 1 million. Did it, and they were praising him so well on the platform. I felt so bad. I decided not to talk, because the next thing is you are disrespectful, because most of the people on that group are elderly people, older people. I just kept quiet, and I saw the mindset, and I asked myself a question. If we have a functional system, was this guy supposed to run to a senator? Were they supposed to, this group now, were they supposed to write any letter to a senator to help, to do surgery? Is it not as a result of the failure of the system? Ordinarily, the hospital should be able to take care of that girl. If you have free surgeries for children, the aged people, pregnant people, you just go to the hospital as a citizen of Rivers State with your card, and that surgery will be done. It's not a surgery that you need to even travel abroad. It is here, but it will cost some good money. And the surgery is done. Why should you now? Oh, I felt so bad. I felt so, I don't know. We need to renew our mindset. Oh, we need to, Nigerians, we need to renew our mindset. Things, and the what you celebrate is because things are not working the way it ought to work. And these guys know it. They know it. They know that you are so ignorant. That is why you celebrate that nonsense. They know it. You think they don't like good things? You think they don't know? Some of them are attending leadership courses in the best universities in US and UK. One of the local government chairmen, after all this noise that they made, that's the former local government, not these former ones now, they just removed. The other ones that they said they extended their tenure, went for a leadership course. So in Sabi better thing, in one of the best leadership schools in the UK. I saw a video when they called his name to come and collect his certificate. He was happy. Hey, you that is listening to me, you know, ask yourself, say, no be you then supposed to call like that to come collect certificate. You dey here, the battle, Uniport, you never even fit go. Yet you are here making noise up and down. Sit down and think about your life. Oh. Sit down. People should sit down. That's what I do. I do sober reflection. I look at some of the things I'm supposed to have achieved. And I ask myself, why is it that I've not been able to achieve this? I need to work harder. What are the things I need to change? I don't depend on any human being. So, governance, the governor of Rivers State has to work 10 times harder. I don't know the people around him, and I don't know what they are telling him. If his wife can tell him, let the governor travel out and meet with some of these countries that are ready to invest in a place like Rivers State. Meet with the presidents. Meet with the prime minister. Leave all this court order, no court order, local politics here. Governor has power. Governor has... I don't know. You know, there are investors all over the world. All over. Local. The ones who are here, the guys who are here who have small money, who wants to invest, who have good money, bring them in. Oh boy, how much do you have? 2 billion. What do you want to do? I want to produce waterproof. Oh yeah. What do you need? Land. This. Oh yeah. Go and clear land. Start. Anybody who wants to crush the person. Because it's in the interest of your people. Make sure you employ my people. Do you understand? You don't even need to do any court order with that person. You travel. You made the new prime minister of this country. Oh boy, I have water. Can you come and catch fish in my water? Hey, Mr. Governor, you have water, you have fish. We can come and catch a fish. When you catch the fish, you give my people so percentage. Me too. You go give me this percentage. Don't be waiting for Abuja. Now, okay, now, where the Abuja now? What those guys want is, I talk with business people. I mean, businessmen. I mean, investors. Do you know what those guys want? Government seal. That's the only thing they want. They don't need your funds. They have money. They know how to secure funds from Afrexim Bank, from AFDB, from wherever. They know how to get funds. They just need security. That's what they need. And you have to provide that security. They are ready to come and invest, and before you know it, boom, 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 money everywhere. And then they should hold their money. But it's not where they talk. I just talk now. It's left for the man to say he wants to take the advice or not. For me, if I'm a governor, I will not play all this local politics. Even when they are sharing money in Abuja, I will just send deputy to go and talk whatever they want. Me, be running around with these local people. No way. They will say, oh, this boy, we need to see him for me. You see me with this prime minister today. Tomorrow, with another prime minister, they talk international business. Another day, they do all this, something. Bring better commissioners that will work with you, that will be executing your plan. Oyibo people will be trooping in up and down. Negroes will be trooping in. Chinese people will be trooping in. But you negotiate well. You, as a governor, you bring good business people, put them around you. They are the ones who knows the technicalities. People who are sincere, who will tell you the truth, say, Mr. Governor, he's lying. Tell him this percentage. You say, okay, we have heard you. We will get back to you. They will come. And leave all these local people. You know, everything go to thief. They are not producing anything. Nothing now. They are not producing anything. What are Nigerian politicians producing? Nothing. Nothing now. What are they producing? Okay, which of the governors who can go to Harvard University and give a speech? Which speech does he want to give? Speech on looting? Wait. Let's be sincere. Which of the governors have they invited to United Nations? As in past governors, say you don't come out as governor. They now invite you to United Nations, to Harvard University, to come and give speech. Which speech you want to give now? On what now? Are you professional on what? Nothing now. Because what they do here is local things. Hot order that bad your Congress. This one, you don't finish. Nothing else now. They know figures, nothing. They don't know the economics, how it works. And that's the people we are supporting. You say you be local man and local woman. If you support those kind of people. See Donald Trump now. Does he talk with paper? He's telling you figures. He's telling you how this one will. He's businessman. That's how leaders talk. If you like, call him whatever. You sabi book Richard. Hey, I beg. Come on, tell me your problem. Good evening.
The boss.
Go ahead, sir.
Good evening. I'm enjoying you, how you are fighting for the people. You know, our politicians, they are not doing well. And it's the people, the masses are suffering all these things, and they don't care. They don't care at all.
All right, thank you. Well, eyewitness report, that is it. You hear now, what do you hear? Solar light, road, water, something that should have been sorted out 1980 something. That's what you hear now. Just watch. Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Hello, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, my name is Sango Barma Mahansi from the community and local government. I
Yes,
want to
please.
say that Lagos State we are hearing of that is based on the fact that former President Obasanjo seized their allocation then, and that was how Ambode came to
We are done with that. We're done with that, sir. We're not talking this nigga. I just had to give that pep talk, you know, at the beginning of the eyewitness. That's my own eyewitness. That the governor should move to international waters. and go and get money and leave all the local people. Move to international waters. Good evening.
Hello, Master. Good
Yes,
evening.
go ahead.
Hello, Master. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
It's Benjamin, comes from Port
Yes,
Harcourt.
please.
Network, but I enjoy your ranting this evening. I just found in my radio now. Your ranting, I enjoy it. I just make it to number one assistance. You know, in Nigeria, they always celebrate for something that belongs to you. Maybe a politician gave you a peanut. The president politician can sound talking now and told you I have to like in one.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So celebrate for something that belongs to them. That's the right of the government.
All right. So you have any eyewitness?
Not
even, like initial to say maybe to identify even the force that is, in that vehicle. And there were up to 3-4 vehicles. One Sienna, one bus, and then one Hilux. Max, I smell dirty in this state. May God forbid. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you very much. All right. Good evening. My eyewitness is about the gratuity that is rumored to be paid. Ever since last year, we were told that we'll be called for interview. Today is the 3rd day of the 3rd month of this year, and we have not heard anything. Please, the ministry in charge of paying gratuity should start paying. All right. In 2025, we're still talking about gratuity of... it is well... and people are still hailing government. Governors. All I saw in a Niger Delta state, the former governor, he's still following the present governor up and down. Win. I said, this man no go find another work to do, even have to go teach for university as a celebrity lecturer. Go and teach now. You know, Sabi Bugnato, they follow everything. They want to do Thanksgiving in Godedia. They want to do this one in Godedia. Child education in Gode. Now wow. Okonjo Iweala, when they finished in this month, maybe they were going to Harvard and all those places to go and give speech. And when they go there, they pay them dollars. This one, they will be full. Yeah, everything here. We could just collect the money they collect. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Go ahead, your eyewitness.
Okay, Maxwell, my eyewitness. Since last month, now we are in the March. Since last month, I don't know what happened. Nepal, Nepal is like here. They are walking down here. Other communities have light. I don't know what Nepal carries like, I don't know the bank, I'll call the name. Nepal is going to put light. Everybody pay their bill. Nepal will come here, they will not find them. They will cut light this way and collect their money. They will not bring more money alive. I'm at the job yesterday, even this morning, so I have light. No more party have light. That community are fucking don't have light. What happened to the more panel? And my second eyewitness, one swear, and be complaining that okay, but someone has not done anything. You know, when someone do something, you know, they will give back. Somebody sings song. And if you do me, so somebody will give back to you and be complaining. People like road, they scatter, no transformer. I heard news of a Supreme Court or what.
So you are happy?
I'm happy.
Why are you happy?
Because I'm complaining. We need transformer. We need.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
What do?
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Some people said they were happy that they removed some LJ chairman. So they said they are not happy with the holding of allocation, but for the dissolution of the local government that they are happy. I said, how can you be happy that they remove someone from office? Say yes, they are very happy. I say, okay, which of the LJ? They pointed this one, that one, this one. I will not name the LJs. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, see, I wanted to use this as I missed it in your former program. Let me use it as my eyewitness. Dr. Maxwell, my name is Samson. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
I do know that let me tell you, I'm a policeman, I love to matches. I went to one of these our trip, security trips and to somewhere. I don't want to mention the name of the place. And see, I met one of the appointees of a governor of that state, who is working with the governor of the state now, was one time political talk I arrested in 2011.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, it's not a political appointee to a governor. Then tell me the type of initiative, the type of development, whatever as regard to politics that such campaign will drive. In fact, to confirm it, I went to him because he has changed the structure, changed everything, changed, gave me a handshake and tell him I saw my name, just look my name tag and so I called me by my name. And I said, do you remember this time in 2011 place? He said yes. For him to say yes, look, he now recall, he went to the car where my Hillock is parking, and this person is a political appointee to the governor. You see how politics is. I wanted to call in your previous business and tell you that those that lose out from school, maybe saw only the 4 walls of university, this and that, they didn't do anything. They just family, they couldn't meet up in education, with third class or fourth class if there's any. There are the people that came back to politics today, became what they are. Those people that didn't have first class that are working today, these people now in turn employ first class to work for them. Look at the Attorney General of the Federation. It's an appointee of the president. By qualification, academically or whatever, who is supposed to. So you see today, that is why you see nothing is working. And nothing will work until the right thing is done.
Thank you.
I've called in one of your sister stations that for the right thing to be done, I've said what the right thing to be done. There are certain powers that must be stripped through legislation, through the House of Senate, to take powers from, to reduce powers of the president, to appoint certain persons.
Thank you.
In government. Then you start getting it right.
Thank you very much.
I'm telling you the truth. You start getting it right. Look
Thank
at
you, sir. Thank you.
An appointee of the governor.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you.
SSA or this or whatever is appointee.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
What is he advising the governor? This advisor. What? On Togri?
All right, sir. Thank you.
No, you see, we have lost out.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yes, good evening. Okay. Send in your messages, your eyewitness. That eyewitness is really staggering. Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Good evening. That's your eyewitness.
Yes. This is from my colleague from Rumodo. Sir, my eyewitness is that this local government chairman, they are removed. I want to beg them to come up again for next election. You know, this is our Omiroji. I never see the man walk carelessly. So I want that man to contest again. Because if you go to Iba, you will see what the man is doing there. You go to Rumewo, you see what the man is doing there. You reach in Delhi, you see what the man is doing there. So many places where I have never where the man have touched the life of people.
All right.
So
Thank you very much. So for you, he's doing well. All right. Thank you.
Well. Yeah, the man have done well.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. We have done this is level Christian.
Yes, please.
Let me ask this thing. I know maybe power holding or NEPA people, most of them might be listening now. I think what they do brought to people at times is monthly due, that monthly bill of their NEPA bill. In a month where we have 28 or 30, 31 days, if you don't bring light for 10 days or 15 days, you come to bring NEPA bill, monthly NEPA bill. Now, who they treat each other? I really need to know. For example, let me ask power holding. If una they do daily pay, any day where una give people light, they pay you people. Waiting una go collect today, or those days who una no give light, una go carry una motor say, Oga give us a NEPA bill for today. You don't see I'm saying these people, they cheat people. May they not do wetin go make people go they remember them. You know, may they know they cheat people. You know, go they give you people light. You know, bring light. You they collect NEPA bill. You send a monthly. You go write 40,000, 50,000. If we send them, they will do a daily pay. As you pay, you go. How much inside that 40,000 per month? How many days you bring light? Okay, the day you bring light, we'll pay you. We'll come out the one where you bring. The day where you no bring, we're supposed to pay you too. Now, waiting, I want to ask NEPA or power holding. You people should stop this thing you are doing. No, you know good though.
Thank you very much.
Good,
Thank you. That one is like eyewitness that borders on, that affects everyone. It's a normal thing that affects everyone. They don't do that in some other states, Middle Belt and the Northern region. It's our own PhD here. Their high-handedness is something else. Good evening. I'm so sorry. Please call back. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. My eyewitness was today. So my name is Tango Badmama Hansen. I noticed that there was not so many police checkpoints today. Maybe because of the state political. I don't want to see police again. Let it just be like that. Or I'm for that, that we may even get any to
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, my name is Tom Victor Clement from Iho.
Yes,
East Local Government of Rivers. Yes. My eyewitness centers on Iho community in Ahoda East. Yes, they have elected their chief. That was on Saturday. They have saw him in. It was very peaceful. Chief G. Michael Ikogudu. That is his name. So now there is peace in the community. Since Saturday, whenever here say somebody have shot a gun, boom, as they normally do. So that before this time, you go hear poo, 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 poo. But since from Saturday, everywhere was calm. So everybody maintained. So peace is going to reign in the community. So still beg governor, beg ADC, beg chief of staff, beg everybody in River State to make sure say there is peace in River State, peace in the community too. Thank you. That is my advice.
Thank you. All right, keep the calls coming in. Your eyewitness reports, that's what we're taking. What you can see, feel within your environment, the ones you like, the ones you don't like. My eyewitness is on this past LJ chairman, my own LJ chairman, past LJ chairman, Dr. Uzodin Mawafo, should not think of recontesting for the local government election because within the 5 months in office, he performed badly. He is the only chairman without supervisors and essays, no youth empowerment, a chairman that fails to buy cars for the 19 wards councillors and his vice chairman and bought his own cars, a chairman that don't know a Chase simplified movement, no tangible project to show for his 5 months in office. Thank God ability at Webu. Thank God. Which one is the most important thing here? Yes, cars are supposed to be given to the councillors. That's correct. Which one? Okay, you said no tangible project. Okay. But people were singing his praise now. People were singing his praise that he was doing well, the whole of Eche. They are now drinking milk and butter every morning, afternoon, and evening. Yeah, so what happened now? Anyway, good evening.
Master, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Dikinamule.
Yes, please.
Calling from Omagua.
All right.
My eyewitness is about this light. That one man single-handedly brought light to Omagua after so many years. And at the end of the day, people are vandalizing the thing, stealing both the poles and the cable. And do you know what is baffling me? When we had this light, though even in my own street we have not drawn light, so we are contributing money, hoping that we will get our own transformer and hook up. But now everything has flopped. What is surprising me is that even when we saw the light later last year, NEPA people came and was collecting bill. Is NEPA now telling us, since they are claiming that they are the owner of the line and the pole and everything, are they telling us that they are not aware that that line have been vandalized and they are not ready to investigate and get people that is doing that thing? Or is it a collaboration from them? It's telling me, like Gina Milaya will say, it's telling me, I'm in pain. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, when the people are ready to take legal actions against PHED, that's when all this will stop. Sam says, I've observed the new look of the Ahoda General Hospital and I must commend the governor for the great job being done there. As I admire the transformation, I humbly appeal to the governor to consider partnering with foreign experts to ensure that the facility is properly maintained. Furthermore, I kindly appeal to the governor to prioritize the completion of the Ahoda Internal Road project, which is just 10 kilometers long. With the rainy season fast approaching, completing this project will bring great relief to the community. Sam from Ahoda. Thank you very much. Good evening, Maxwell. Okay, you sent this one twice. Sam, you sent it twice. Please, I noticed all my transactions today I was charged 107 naira each, scattering my money anyhow. Mr. Dennis, so you never, now today, you know, Nigerians like suffering now. Who is talking against the incessant hikes? Is it Labour you're waiting for? Sorry. Labour will never do anything. Labour has compromised over time, so can't you see? Nobody takes them serious now. Anytime they say automatum, Mazi will say now automatum. Who listens to them? Nobody. Nigerians will have to look for a way and solve their problem. And it has to be together. If most people are doing, concern me, it concern you. Telecommunication, banks, those guys are doing anyhow. Look at the people who are ahead. Look at the CBN governor now. Now that one, I ain't go check banks. Didn't you hear the other day that Mazi was talking about Cardoso women? That they pay how much? Say they are consultants. Is it that one now that will now check banks? Woo! That one. I don't know where on a deal. When I see people now who support this administration, this Tinubu's own, I just tell like and I say, hey, yeah. That's what I do to them. Yeah, chai, this one is gone. Somebody is suffering you, and you are still supporting the person. Thank God, Governor Fubara has renovated Rumigbo Psychiatric Hospital. They should take that person there for evaluation. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
My eyewitness report is on this NEPA thing. I bought my prepared meter. They refused. I paid them. They refused to give me. For a very long time, they said the money has been increased. 5 pieces I bought for 6 rooms. Then I paid the excesses. Later they stored it. We discovered that 8,000 plots is in each meter that has never been used. Then we forgo it. Just about last month, we got 28,000 from each of the meter again. I went to complain at the line. They said I should write letter. Later, as I came back 2 days' time, we are seeing 14,000 for each meter. I have gone to a lawyer, written a letter. It's money. I've spent over 700,000 for this prepared meter. I bought it new. I don't know how prepared meter.
But Mama, have you say you've talked to a lawyer?
Yes, they wrote letter now for me. They helped me write the letter. But I don't have money to go to court. Already I'm owing. So I don't know what to do. I've written them. We have not gotten any response.
Mama, if you were able to get a lawyer who can do it pro bono, they also charge for this thing. When you win the case and they pay, you and the lawyer, you share the money. You charge for damages. Yes. You can get a lawyer that will do it pro bono. You have all your facts right. The lawyer will advise you, check the whole this thing.
What do you call it? What do you call it, please?
A lawyer that will do it pro bono, as in free of charge.
Okay.
And the lawyer will file for emotional damage and all other damages. You understand? Because see now, you are an advanced woman. They are putting you through stress. They must pay. Thank you, ma. Nigerians, hey, let's go. One of my banks with Fide something. They were not sending me alerts, debit or credit. I knew they wanted to play a fast one. You know what they do when they don't send you debit? They steal your money unknowingly, because when they know that a particular account, money comes in and goes out, that's where I spend from. Money comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. And before you know it, you might not know how much you've spent, okay? You might know averagely how much you've received, because somebody might send you and tell you, but some will not tell you, just say, I don't send money to your account. Maybe if the money is free money, it's not the money you worked for. You know, when they ask the person, how much you sent for me now? Are you stupid? You work for the money. So I noticed it. I say, okay, these boys, I will deal with you people. I sent them stinker. I did not tell them to regularize I sent them stinker. They responded, they started sending me a lot. That's to tell you they know what they are doing. These banks, ndoshi, they know what they are doing. They wanted to play fast one on me. They know that within a period of time, money comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out. If I don't follow up now, before you know it, I wouldn't know how much has come in, because that account is an account that when somebody wants to dash me money, I send. Do you understand? So money will just come and go out, come and go out. When I want to spend, I transfer down there. So I might not know exactly what the transactions I'm doing. I will just be doing my thing. They will just remove money from there and you won't know. I sent them that stinker, and in less than how many hours, they started sending me. They sent me a lot of the money somebody dashed me 3 days ago that did not send me. The reason why I knew how much the person sent me was because the person sent me the receipt on WhatsApp. I now thanked the person. And I knew how much that was inside before. But I started spending, and then I did not now know what happened. Something just told me. Then you need to receive a lot. Both the debit and you need to receive. I say, hey, this will want to play me. I started playing back. What have I bought? This one, 5,000 this one, 6,000 this. Okay, 10,000 I sent it to this person. I now calculated. I say, by the time I check, and to check my balance, I couldn't check. You see the funniest part? Let me check balance now. So I don't know, somebody went to do something there. I sent them a stinker. And then they started sending me all the alerts of since day before yesterday that I started receiving, that I got that money that someone dashed me. Don't mind them. Oh. My eyewitness is about a particular bank. This A bank banned me from using USSD and told me to come to the bank. Send them a stinker now. I told those guys, I said, if you don't rectify this nonsense, I will copy EFCC, copy Nuhu Ribadu, copy ICPC, copy, I will send. My dear, the thing begin work. My eyewitness is the worst thing that has happened to Eche is Honorable Dr. Uzodimawa for being the Eche local government, former Eche local government chairman. Well, his rulership was mainly for his family and his kindred people. His elder brother was in charge of issuing local government identification letter at the cost of 5,000 naira. Uzodimma, with his 5 months, bought a land and properties for himself and his family members. How do you know he bought properties? Maxwell, do you know that GoTV has increased their prices since early day of 1st March? Yes, I am aware. I wanted to go and subscribe on Saturday, reaching the office, and the staff told me 1,008 has been added. Maxwell, what have we done wrong to bear the name Nigeria? Over 3 months now, I haven't subscribed, though, which I will never try it again. Even my wife, children have to understand me. God's King. Yes, God's King, don't subscribe again. Download cartoons and give to your children. Use Netflix. Go to the bar and watch match. Case closed. Nigerians are majorly the problem of themselves. Can't Nigerians gang up and boycott these guys? Boycott them now. I must watch that movie. I must watch. Continue now. They will be increasing it to. Good evening.
Max.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Yushi. Max, I greet you. Please, I'm still begging our state government. Will I say it's now we really need to act very fast to buy the people, buy people's mind. Chokota Ikwerengu Road the road has been bad for more than 32 to 33 years. I've been calling. Maxwell, if you go that area, when you go to a compound, very beautiful compound, the people that owns the place have left to town paying house rent while they own land and the house. Please, I'm begging our state governor, he should use now and the apps. Remember Chokota Ikwerengu Ume Blue Road. Put this road in order. Connect this road from Igbo Junction to Oyibo Express. Then leave the development for the masses then. Please, you should help us. Remember us. We have suffered a lot. Please. We are about to enter any season now. I don't know the fate of our students. The only secondary school we have in Igbo, they normally go there with their rain boots if their parents can afford it. They will be passing people's backyard and other things. And then when they say, don't pass my backyard again, you refuse. They will beat you. Please, you should help us and put the road. The major road. We are not even talking about the internal road. We are begging for our major road. Please, you should help us. God bless you, Master.
Thank you. All right, we're running out of time also. Rush. Please, though, you people should not be complaining about these cable TV guys because now they cost now. Imagine how many people are using that cable TV in River State. If River State alone, 80% of the people using it boycott it, they will lose money now. Is that also? Other states, before you know it, the news will go around. Other states continue. But this on a big boy, everybody is doing big boy. Look, the country where they came from, there was a time they boycotted their product. Boycott has been one of the ways to protest inhumane treatment. On our own, Nigerians, everybody is from big man there now, and they buy rice 100,000. Which big man will it be? If you are any 500,000, you buy rice 100,000. Money never finish. You buy groundnut oil, buy tomato. So you use 200,000, buy rice and condiment. Which one you go use cook soup? Which one you go use pay house rent? You're a poor man. All these big man. Boycott these guys. Let them learn the hard way. He say no. Everybody they form big boy. You must watch match for your house. Go this in the few bars that are patronized. Just go there. Individuals can boycott them. That's one way. Good evening.
Good evening, Maxwell.
Yes, please.
Maxwell. Good evening,
Go ahead,
Maxwell.
sir.
Hello, Maxwell.
Hello, sir. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes, my name is Elder Comrade Samson. Can you hear me?
Very clear, sir.
Okay. My eyewitness report. Ogale community in Eleme local government, where I come from, is the local government headquarters where the Eleme local government and every other government parastatal in Eleme reside, like the police station and every other. And if if there's supposed to be government present, at least it begins with the headquarters. But coffee to our king, the king of India, the person of King, His Royal Highness, King Dr. Ambassador Apollos UOFRO, he has just demonstrated his fatherly love for that community called Ogale by creating road network around the element metropolis, that's the Ogale land. He has so divided every process. There is no aspect, there is no place that you can mention that Apollo's presence is not there. He has just transformed Ogale and made it a city that people will look like. All we are asking now is for government, whether local or state, to also join force with him to see how those roads are created that he has been grading every year.
All right. Thank you very much. We have to go now.
Right now, there is no demolition. Nobody will call you for demolition because Apollos has already said the place.
Thank you, sir.
NGDC can come in now and tar the road without any demolition or payment of damages.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We have to go.
It's wide enough.
Thank you. Thank you. That's much we can take on this segment. Follow me on Facebook, Lucky Maxwell, LuckyMaxwell. Okay, Lucky Maxwell. I was looking at a live broadcast by Donald Trump. He said he makes big investment plans. I saw some Indian, I think investors are thereabout. They were having a live session. Those guys, are they Indians? So, finally, our Governor Fubara, go to international waters. Look for a way, see Donald Trump. See if he no agree. Go to Brazil, see the president. Go to Holland, see this one, Prime Minister of Canada. Go. These are the people we should be seeing. Those are the pictures we should be seeing. With leave these local people, where they are all their this is to suffer their people. Go and meet those guys so that dollars can be flowing in. If these local people now, I don't know. Me, I don't like local things. So they are just around here playing local. Their local politics just how to loot funds. So that's all. Nothing. They don't bring any investment. Nothing. No business investment. Nothing. No. See what Donald Trump is doing, trying to see how he can invest. Those are the people our governor should go and be meeting. Meet those white people so that as they are talking to you, you just wondering, now so this world being, so that before you know it, investment will be coming in. I want to see stand beside Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, on a snap picture. After indoor talk, they bring investment. Next week, we'll see with another person. I don't know. The people who are advising him, all they tell him is how the other party, they are making plans. Let us go and receive court order. Those are not the kind of talk now. Appoint somebody, political somebody who will be tackling those matters. You attend to business. You understand?
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
Join me in celebrating a man who has paid his dues. There's always the right time for the right thing when you have done everything that you need to do and you leave the rest to God. What has he not seen in sports and, of course, in life? I have the Etubom himself. I have the elder himself. Paul Sportbasi, brand new Commissioner of Sport, Akwa Ibom State, right here on Global Sports Update with yours truly, Godwin Enakana. Welcome back. I can shout. Congratulations to you, Paul Bassi.
Thank you, Godwin. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
For some persons, there's, I mean, all the accolades from left, right, center, all I read, all I hear is, yes, it took too long in coming, but definitely is something they all were expecting. Were you expecting to be Commissioner of Sport in your state, Paul Bassi?
Godwin, I think we're in this together, Godwin. It goes back 5 years. It goes back 6 years. Anytime the State Executive Council is dissolved, you will call and say, okay, I hope you'll be in this time.
Yes, so.
People will call and say, look, when it's reconstituted, you'll be there and so on. But I don't know why I hold strongly to the idea that says God's time is the best. We wish, like human beings, it should be this, it should be then. And this time around, well, I don't know. Politics can be very funny. I have a commissioner from my state who is a super commissioner. I mean, from my local government, who is a super commissioner, who has performed so well. He has so much knowledge. He was a secretary in the local government, became local government chairman. From there, moved to become a commissioner. And we all knew that he was going to come back. And the politics tells it that if that man comes back from my local government, which is a local government, then the chances of every other person is gone. Because we have 31 local governments and only 27 commissioners. It means that if you give a commissioner to every local government, you still have 4 local governments that be without commissioner. So the possibility of you having 2 commissioners from one local government was very remote. Very, very. No, that's not the way God works. That's not the way His Excellency works. He knows who he wants, and he decided that he was going to appoint. There was a program we went to, and he said, who we are clamoring to be commissioner, they are talking about this, they are talking about that. That he has an opportunity to have 2 brothers in his cabinet, 2 brothers that are competent. From the same mother, he will appoint.
Wow.
He said that again and again and again. So, I did not expect anything, and so when the nomination came and people saw it, of course they saw Paul Bassi. I found that, I'm not the only Paul Bassi. I think some Paul Bassi, and although they call them sick, they call them junior.
Wow.
But I see Paul Bassi. When the nomination came and there was a cat before my name,
yeah.
In fact, there was no elder there. The thing came out as Mr. Paul Bassi. It was a pleasant surprise.
Wow.
And since then, messages, congratulations. It was just a nomination. In fact, till now, God, I've offended so many people because I didn't think it was time for rejoicing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember the story of Ever 5 very well.
Yes. Yes.
See, it was a nomination. We had to go through screening in the house. We had to go through confirmation in the house before you are finally sworn in. So that process was on.
Yes.
But I was being congratulated. It was like the only commissioner whose portfolio people had known in advance.
Exactly.
Because the Excellency does send names without attaching portfolio. So just on the day we were sworn in. And that is when I started with text messages. I started appreciating people for their congratulatory messages and so on. Sports is my culture medium, Godwin.
Exactly.
All my life. I've not done any other thing. And the expectations are so high.
I was going to that, Paul Bassi. Let me add Honorable Paul Bassi. Now, I mean, that's what it is. There's so much expected of you. You can't afford to fail. All eyes are on Paul Bassi, Commissioner of Sport, Akwa Ibom State. Does this put you under pressure?
As a human being, it does. But again, I turn back and I say, the God that made this possible, His grace will be sufficient unto me. And I said the same thing to His Excellency. I said, your support and the grace of God will see me through. Because government is different from them. When we were called journalists, Godwin, you've gone inside before. You've gone into corridors of power, whichever power.
Yes.
Sometimes what we write, what we expect, is not what it is.
Exactly.
You can imagine a government that has priority in terms of roads, agriculture, infrastructure, human capacity development, youth entrepreneurship. Those are contending factors. So we are looking for 10,000 naira to develop sports. and then the Excellency says to you, okay, I don't have 10,000, take 5,000. And that is what you would use. You don't have to go out and tell people that I was doing 5,000. That is why I could not run.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I could not build. So you work within your limit. But the expectations are so high, I must confess. They do as if there's been no commissioner in this state, as if there's been no sports in this state, and they expect me to start afresh and so on. It's not true. But I'll do the best I can. And God help me, because the governor is so anxious to see development. He has charged us to hit the ground running, and that is what it is.
Okay. I was going to ask you, what did His Excellency, the pastor, say to you? I mean, one-on-one, after he named you the Commissioner of Sport in Akwa Ibom State.
If you are waiting for me to tell you what His Excellency said to me one-on-one, it's like telling you what happens to me and my wife every night. But have you heard about that? Have you heard about that joke? You go to an hotel, you are coming down from the staircase, and the reception asks you, "So how was your night?" Okay.
I know that your governor has high expectations of you. He knows you very well. Every Akwa Ibomite, every Nigerian, African, someone has heard the name Paul Bassi before. Now you are in, this is your forte. I'm just asking, did he say to you, hey, this is your responsibility? Everyone thinks that you can do this. Here you are. I mean, something like that.
At the ESCO, we said it. We talked about sports, and he said, "Look, with your name, people we don't expect you to fail.
Yeah,
you have to go and do the best you can. Go to the grassroots. Let's develop talent. Let's have inter-house sports." So, I mean, he said that openly. So it didn't need to be a one-on-one conversation. So that is what is the mandate. It could be frightening, like I said. You have to determine. He didn't mention every ministry by name and give them a charge.
Okay.
So he said that, and that's what we took away from him.
Okay. The world knows that Paul Bassi is not, I don't want to use the word core politician, partisan politician. Maybe that's the Paul Bassi I knew in Lagos. Not the Paul Bassi in Akwa Ibom State. Has it changed? Is it now die-in-the-wool politician?
No, you have politicians and you have professionals in politics.
Okay.
Because the moment you are made a commissioner, the moment you are supposed to represent your local government, you cannot fail to play the politics. It has to do with development projects in your local government. It has to do with, in fact, we have the Arise agenda. It's the philosophy of the presidency of Nomoima. It has to do with agriculture. It has to do with rural development. It has to do with ICT and infrastructure development. It has to do with security and economic development. It factors all that one in. You must be able to deliver. You must be able to go to your local government and see what you can do to improve the lot of the people. And see what you can do to interpret and be a messenger of the philosophy of the governor, of the excellency. You cannot take that one away. You cannot sit down with you and say you are developing sports without creating an impact where you come from.
Yes.
I mean, take for instance, immediately after every swearing in, what we normally do is that the commissioners will hold a small reception party, thank friends and well-wishers for the prayers and everything. He mandated us to go back to our local government to hold that party. The only person that can hold a party in a reception party is the commissioner from Oyo. So that was clear that if he catches you doing any reception in Oyo, or if it's not your local government, then you're in trouble. So it was a clear mandate. So we had to go back to our local government. We will be tied if you do not have a house in your local government, you do not have follow or whatever, So that's what it is. You cannot feel that get used to the politics. You're not just going to be sports. You must also deliver on the mandate, the agenda of His Excellency.
Okay, you talked about hitting the ground running, Honorable Paul Bassi, Commissioner of Sport, Akwa Ibom State. You have done that already. Where are you starting from? Where will your impact be felt when you start this hitting the ground and running?
I appreciated the last administration for the provision of infrastructure. It Gospel Aquatic Stadium is the best in the country, one of the best in the continent. We have a stadium in Uyo that hosts 2 national teams. We have a stadium in Eket that is better than the one in Uyo. We have a stadium in Itorekpene. We have a sports center in Itam. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. So that what we should now do is to go discover style. We should go to the grassroots. We should introduce inter-house sports. And that is what I think we should do. We should hold more competitions in the various sports. With the permission of the Excellency, we are going to dissolve the associations, sports associations, and then establish new ones. Get people that are in the sports to come on board. And I said to people, sometimes the problem we have in football is that everybody's concentrating on football. I have promised not to be a football commissioner. We have to develop other sports. The Olympic-sized football that we have must be put to use. We have so much talent all over the place.
Why not? There will be Take Two tomorrow. Paul Bassi has so much to say. And one of the questions you're going to be asking him is the fate of Aqua United. What is wrong with Aqua United? He should give us an explanation tomorrow when we return. Global Sports Update. Congratulations to you, Paul Bassi, Commissioner of Sport, Akwa Ibom State. My name is Godwin Enakna. Let's keep cruising. God bless Nigeria.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you yearn for? So we've got great talk, amazing conversations, and entertainment, sports, and lifestyle. So tune in to Today 95.1 FM. We're talking because we are the voice of the people. The voice of the people.
What's a successful business without sales? And what is sales without an audience? Well, do you know that you can reach 8 million listeners across 6 states in 2 geopolitical zones all at once? How? With Today 95.1 FM, you can get millions of people to know about your business. And what does that mean to you? More sales. Call 081-389-2850 now for more information.
Tune in for a journey beyond the ordinary.
Fasten your seatbelts.
We're not just a station.
We are the station.
Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Maybe home is somebody's smile when they look at you for the first time. Maybe home is being a home to something you love and adore with all your heart. And that is what life, friendship, and love are all about. Maybe home is listening to all of your favorite shows on Today 95.1 FM. We create memories. We inspire comfort. We are the voice of the people, and we are home away from home.
It's a triple experience on this frequency. Talk, news, and sports. Right here, every day on Today 95.1 FM. The voice of the people.
Hello, my people. Are you ready for an electrifying experience that would send shivers down your spine? Welcome to the thrill. Hold on tight as we dive into the hottest high-life tracks that will make your pulse race and your feet move. It's not just a show. It's a musical and talk adventure that would leave you craving for more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the thrill. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. Only on Today 95.1 FM.
What do you love listening to? What's your style? What's your choice? What do you...
Basically, I know. If you are in joy and you are not moving your body to the amazing songs I'm giving to you right now, then you are doing the wrong thing. No, please. How are you doing, beautiful people? Good evening to you. You are welcome to tonight's episode of The Thrill. This is not just Rivers of Possibilities. This is Nigeria of Possibilities. I said this sometime last week here that in Nigeria, every Eke market day, something is happening. It just feels like we wake up to one story, we wake up to one drama every other day. So one thing happens, right? And you think that's done. You think that we have heard everything there is to hear about that story. Before you know it, one chapter is opening, another chapter is, I don't know. It just feels like we begin to have, subsections. We have sections and subsections. I legit think that Nigeria as a country would win an Oscar. We would genuinely win an Oscar for the most dramatic nation. We have a lot of things happening, from governance to entertainment to, everyday lifestyle, everyday living. There's just a whole lot going on in Nigeria. I don't think that any seasonal film will beat the drama that we experience, the drama that we see unfold in Nigeria. One day, this is happening, and the other day, another thing is happening. Well, you're welcome to Nigeria. I hope you love Nigeria just as much as I do, because we are dramatic, and I think this is, Giants of Africa for a reason. So last week, right, it didn't get like one of the hottest stories, apart from the Rivers drama and Rivers politics and all. So on the national scene, this is one of the hottest stories. The situation between the Senate President and Senator Natasha. It's a whole lot going on. Social media has not exactly been I don't know, maybe friendly and maybe unfriendly at the same time, but it's just been a whole lot going on, with reactions upon reactions, people asking a lot of questions. Something happens, and then, of course, it just feels like there's a kind of worms that has been opened because people want to know, and people will now begin to make reference to something that happened in the past. I don't know. The internet never forgets. Look, you see that line, the internet never forgets. It is very, very true, because something happened 10 years ago and there is a connection to today. Before you know it, what happened 10 years ago makes it to the public space, like it's back in our faces, and people begin to make reference to, this happened this one time, this happened. So it just makes the whole thing, it just elongates the whole thing. Anyway, we're going to have this conversation tonight, right? Do you think that there's a situation with Nigerian women and their workspaces, because this will not be the first time allegations like this would make it to, would make it to the public. Apart from the fact that, this is, we're hearing of this because, of course, it involves, two prominent people in the country. Actually, lots of prominent people, because now it's escalating and we're having other senators getting involved. The wife of the Senate president is involved. Of course, that's her husband. So yes, she has to be involved. And then this one and that one, But coming down to offices, coming down to, local workspaces and all of that, is this a problem? Do we have this as a challenge in Nigeria? Because it feels like this is becoming, like a reoccurring theme where women from time to time would complain of being sexually harassed in the office by a superior, or because I said no and then he's treating me like this, or this happened and then this is happening. Well, we'll have this conversation on tonight's episode of The Thrill. Let's talk about it and let's look at the way forward, because ultimately we would need to do our part to make sure that this does not become a part of society. Because the downside about this is, if this is not checked, if things like this are not, checked, right? Before you know it, innocent people will fall victim, because they will be wrongly accused, and unfortunately, the person who has laid the accusation will be believed. And then the innocent person will not even get the opportunity to prove their innocence. So we'll have this conversation and see if we can figure out a way forward together. I'm talking you and I. You bring your suggestions to the table. Before then, there are a lot of things you need to hear. I'm going to play them for you so you can hear. And then, because all of that forms the basis for our conversation on The Thrill tonight. You're welcome. Please take your seat, relax. It's going to be a long night. I hope you're ready.
I walked into the chambers that morning. I signed my attendance sheet, and I was walking straight to my usual seat, which is the last seat by the door, like at the topmost last seat by the aisle. So, and then I was told by one of the sergeant at arms that, "Oh, ma'am, that is no longer your seat. You are now sitting at the far end there." And I was like, "Since when?" They said, "Well, that's what the Senate president instructed." I was like, "I was in chambers yesterday, which was Wednesday. I've not been notified. Why did you change my seat? What reason? I'm comfortable here. I'm okay here. I wasn't notified to that." So I was upset. And then I said I refused to move to the new seat. I don't even know what the new seat is. I don't even know the number. I don't know. But they told me it was the last seat, appointed the last seat at the far end. So then the procession came. The president walked in to the seat, and then the rest was shown online. I was already told, by the way, that I should gently move. Some senators messaged me that I should please adhere to the change and move to my seat, because that was a trap, a setup. And I was trying to understand what trap, what setup. At that point, the minority leader, Senator Abamoro, walked up to me. And he told me, "Natasha, please just obey. Just go to that seat." And I'm like, "No, sir. You are my leader. You should speak for me. I am not aware that my seat has been changed. And I believe I should be given a chance. Maybe they should explain to me why my seat was changed. Maybe I can also explain why, if they could maybe consider leaving me here, that I'm not moving." He said he pleaded with me that I should please move to the other seat and not explain, that we could address it later. And I said, "Sir, I have hit these chambers. I have complained, and you have witnessed several of my privileges, me being maligned several times, and you never stood up for me. So no, I am not moving there, because I do not trust that if I move, this matter will be addressed. So I am going to raise it on the floor. That was what I told my leader, who is the leader of the minority, Senator Abamoro. And then he walked. So after that, any senator may rise at any time to speak upon a matter of privilege suddenly arising. And he shall be prepared to move without notice a motion declaring that the contempt or breach of privilege had been committed. Now here it is. It does not say I cannot read that order in that place. Like whenever a senator feels that they are right.
I think I'm going to just speak because I'm not Senator Natasha's representative, but I'm going to speak as a woman that works or has ever worked in a male-dominated space. And I think one thing that the senator said that we must all, or every woman that has listened to that interview, felt to be true deep down in her bones, is that it's just like a case of a university lecturer failing you simply because you refuse to sleep with him. When women talk about cases of sexual harassment, they always say, keep quiet, don't speak about it. No, it's because of what you're wearing. It's because of you invited it. There's an invitation to treat. Simply by existing, we make women feel like they're inviting people to come and sexually harass them. And this is the culture in which Nigerian women have always existed. Have people found ways to exist in spite of this culture? Yes. But are we saying that it is all right, it is right? Absolutely not. So when people are speaking up against it, at whatever time we decide to speak up against it, I think it's only important, it's only fair that we listen to them.
Yeah, but then...
So let me speak about the
sit.
Let me speak about the sit. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me speak about the sit. Rosa Parks, the person that we celebrate today in America, looked at the history of, subjugation of black people, and she refused to get up from her sit. I'm not trying to equate Natasha with Rosa Parks, but was saying that because she graciously came to give an interview here, and to give you context as to why she felt the way that she was being subjugated, because there was a history between her and the Senate President. And she alleges that the Senate President said, if you take care of me, you would have a smooth ride. She alleges that if you take care of me, you would have a smooth ride. Yes, she alleges, but it's not only her voice that we've heard about an allegation, about the Senate President sexually harassing a woman.
That doesn't still mean that she was right.
Miss Joy Nunez, 2020 NDDC, in 2020, also accused the Senate President of, sexually harassing her. So you look at, and she said she even slapped him. So you look at all of these instances, and you wonder how he became a Senate President in the first place, because you need character to be able to be there.
To defend anybody.
I'm just asking.
Yes, I'm here to face the fact of this. In the first instance, this particular issue, the way Senator Natasha Abuti, I was the first person that defended her when, in quote, she claimed that she was harassed in Kogi State when she was running for, I think that was governor a few years ago, and the way she was assaulted, I condemned that. You don't do that. On this particular issue, what gave rise to that? You have a rule. Just like our rule. We have 2024, 2025 FCT High Court rules. It will take effect from March. We are from NBA meeting. My chairman, NBA chairman, invited somebody to come and train us with a new innovation about that rules. This is the rule guiding the court. What are the rules said? If you are coming, you're expected to wear a wig and gown. There are some rules, including the legal practitioners at our ethics. Now, in the Senate, you have a rule. The rule said, if you have issue, look at the way you address it. You came into the Senate and discovered that they have changed your seat. You want to make a point. You cannot channel your good case through a wrong means. You lose it. First of all, you go to that seat. Then when you now go to that seat, you now invoke that order 10, because that order 10 you was quoting that day. You can only invoke it when you are in the right place. I have a case in court. I must be in court. When they said, the judge said that lawyers are going to sit in this place, you first of all go to that place and put appearance. When you pick up your hands, you now ask my Lord, why? The Lord said that I should sit in this place. Why do you change me here? You must first of all come in first. He was not in the Senate as far as that proceedings is concerned. You are in another person's seat. And the rule said for you to talk, you must be in your seat. She was quoting Order 10. Order 10, you can only quote Order 10 when you exercise your right under Order 6. Being in that place, they say that.
The Senate President. I would rather call it unfortunate. It's very demeaning because that is a family. We knew the husband before the husband married her. We've always known the man. They were very good friends, or they are still very good friends. So I really don't understand where this is coming from. And I believe that for somebody to go and make such an allegation, there must be a discussion at home. There must have been a sanction or an approval. Oh, you're going to say this, go ahead and say it. And if the approval has come from the husband, our friend, I believe that he would have spoken to me because we are close. And then if the wife had complained about such a thing and he still comes and is normal, there is no man you will tell, that the wife will tell, your friend harassed me. I know how you men behave, that will not frown. First of all, the attitude towards the person will change. But this attitude never changed. And if you're talking about the house, we don't have any house in Ikorebene. Ikorebene is a local government. We are in Akwa Ibom, when he was a governor, a lot of women were involved in governance. And none of them, not one, ever said something like this. In the past,
are the hero. You were the hero of yesterday. If I may just start with that, because your response, women that you have, we don't see them. So yes, it's not just a case of seats, it's about visibility. And it is rather unfortunate that we have a senator such as Senator Reti Kingigwe. It's sad that she bears my name actually, but that's a whole different story altogether. But it's sad that not only was she incoherent yesterday, but she doesn't understand the importance, the critical importance of being seen as a woman.
Well, whatever people say, whatever happens, Nigeria is still our beloved country. There's nothing we can do to change that, right? Okay, so you've heard a lot of things. There's more, but I'm looking at the time. Plus, I want to talk to you. So I'm just going to, quickly do a summary. You got to hear the voices of a lot of people. Yes, the wife of the Senate President, she had her bit. Senator Natasha talked about the whole, she said it was a setup, and then she said a lot of things. I wanted to even play the clip where she talked about the actual sexual harassment and stuff, but then it's not even handy right now, so I'm not going to spend so much time looking for it because I'm trying to talk to you here. Now, we got to hear a lot of things, and of course, I did mention that following the allegations by Senator Natasha against the Senate President, well, it's a whole lot, right? And people have been asking questions. Plus, the wife of the Senate president has, in defense of her husband, filed a counter lawsuit against Senator Natasha, because Senator Natasha did sue the Senate president, I think, to the tune of 100 million naira or so. And then the wife of the Senate president, Mrs. Unoma, she's suing for 250 billion. Yeah, so she says damages her family, emotional damage, psychological damage, and a whole lot of other things that she listed. That made the news on Saturday. So, we got to hear that one on Saturday. Well, many Nigerians have risen to the occasion with questions and more questions. Why is this fast becoming a recurring situation in many Nigerian workspaces? Women accusing men of sexual harassment and workplace frustration if their advances are rebuffed. Why do we keep hearing things like this? I did mention earlier that sometimes, right, if things like this are not checked, before you know it will become a pattern. This will not be the first time we're hearing things like this happen. Sometimes, because the people involved are not so prominent. It's just, the usual, you heard that this thing happened to somebody that you know, somebody who works with you, or somebody who works somewhere that you know, and all of those things, right? It's a whole lot. And with these things happening, International Women's Day is about maybe 6 days away or so. I think that should be on the 8th of March. It's on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And things like this are happening. It just feels like some people are just gearing up for, the conversations they want to have on IWD Day, and they want to have these things brought to the light. They want to talk about this, but then, what are the facts, right? What are the facts? For now, people would, of course, speculate. Okay, so an allegation has been made against the Senate president. What is the way forward? Are we going to have an investigation to ensure that this is to check, is it true, is it false? And then if it is true, what happens next? What actions will be taken? If it is false, what actions would also be taken? A while ago on social media, the narrative that some women would deliberately accuse a man of rape if maybe they like him and the man says, oh, I'm not interested, I probably have somebody else, or I'm just not interested in you, right? So some men talked about having faced something similar where they have been wrongly accused or falsely accused of rape because they turned down a woman. And it goes to show that there's also a possibility that where a woman may reject an advance from a man, and then she becomes the target of oppression or frustration. Happens both ways as well, because Nigerians wanted to make that very clear. And so the narrative of the whole situation with the NDDC lady a couple of years ago, that came out. I did mention earlier that certain things will happen, and then you think that this is a forgotten story, right? But the internet never forgets. So when something makes it to the internet, when something makes it to social media, it feels like something would happen 10 years later, and before you know it, that thing that happened 10 years before will come back. And then people begin to draw facts here and there, begin to say, okay, this happened then, this is happening now, how are we sure? How do we not know that when it happened then, we dismissed it, we thought it was a lie, now it's happening again, this is happening here. Well, it's a whole lot. Let's look at the situation that happens with Nigerian women in workspaces. If this is something that you have experienced or you have heard about, you've heard of, what can be done to make sure that this thing does not become a pattern? Because it's not been the first time we're hearing. I think this is hot stuff, and it is making the rounds on social media because of the people involved. The Senate president is the number 3 person in the country, right? And Senator Natasha is a serving senator. So yes, there's of course the prominence and the fact that the Senate is, this is a body that ordinarily carries so much respect. So to hear that this something like this is coming from this body, it's giving a whole lot. It's disturbing. So how do we know? How do we make sure that things like this do not become a pattern? How do we make sure it does not become a pattern? So I have questions for you tonight, beautiful people. First off, are Nigerian women victims of systemic disrespect? Do you think that, it's a recurring theme? And do you think that it is just a situation where, women would turn everything into sexual harassment when things do not go their way? Do you think that's the pattern that some women have decided to adopt? What are your suggestions following Senator Natasha's allegations? What are your suggestions? What do you think should be done? Investigations? Well, some people have recommended investigation. You've said, look, this and this should happen. And some people have also reacted to the wife of the Senate President suing Senator Natasha. They've said, look, you're not the person who was defamed. The Senate President is the person who was defamed. So if there should be any such suing, he should do it. But then I'm asking, that's her husband, right? So how come she does not have the right to sue on behalf of her husband? I thought that when people get married, they become one flesh. Or has it changed? Please, married people, has it changed? When people get married, do they not become one flesh? So how come some people are saying she does not have the right to sue on behalf of her husband? Well, maybe they are looking at it from the angle of, that's the Senate President. Would you say the wife of the Senate President is in her right to sue Senator Natasha? Let's talk, beautiful people. So hit me up. 0817 0000 951 0810 9510 951. Let's talk. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. Good evening to you. Name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Barino from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome.
I think this whole story is somehow becoming something that's a national disgrace. Because if you ask me, I think the outing of the wife of the husband of Natasha with him in the Senate President house when they went to visit the Senate President. I think it was an unofficial outing. So my surprise is, why did the husband not walk alongside with Natasha?
She said he was behind her.
Why should you walk behind your wife? That is not how it's supposed to be. It's like you just decided to open your wife to a kind of burglary of the nature. Or open your husband to attack of any kind.
Okay.
Because I don't understand when husband and wife are out, then the husband will not be trailing behind the wife. So if you ask me, it's just a public disgrace to me as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Thank you
very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, please, let's keep it brief. I like the fact that he was brief. I'm trying to talk to as many people as possible. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, please. Name and location.
Matthias on the line.
You're welcome.
So, my own is the wife of the Senate President. I don't think she's in the right position to do that, because not every husband does the work with that said the wife. I am not saying the man that he did what they are accusing him for, but I'm also saying that he cannot fight for the husband. Let the husband take the responsibility and not the wife.
All right.
It's not everything man does that said the wife.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you.
This is I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome.
Yeah. This person let me say, I know about this matter. And I have the evidence today from my sister.
You know about which matter?
I say this kind of allegation have happened to somebody that I knew very well, and I did the investigation and I find out that it's true.
Okay.
I even found the trip of the lady to go and see the man.
You funded the trip?
Yes.
Okay.
I
it was part of your investigation?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to be sure. It might be true that the husband is aware. Maybe that very day, he just say, come. So if you are doubting me, come and see. The husband will now play as if he don't know what is going on. Okay, what of now if this woman and the husband have the evidence and what they are saying is true, like what I'm telling you, I found the trip and I still went with her
And I saw it, and I found out. I took the picture.
Well, if it's true, I'm sure they will make the evidence public.
So now, people that are saying that the woman are doing it, listen, let me tell you, as your woman, you will do something. They will not be quick, because when they study the type of husband they have, they will not be quick.
To tell him.
Why I said that person should hold that evidence, I don't want to bring it down. It's a close relation, and it's a close family something.
All right.
So I will tell you, and if I blow it out, you won't even believe, you will touch everybody.
All right, all right.
No people that are saying the woman, the only that one will bring that evidence now. I hope you will apologize to that woman.
Well, let's see. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chris. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Name and location, please.
Yeah, thank you. It's all right. You know, look at what we are discussing. Sexual harassment from people who are supposed to make laws for Nigeria for things to go well in this country. You know, in China, in other countries, in fact, as I speak to you, China has developed a robotic police. A robot police that will go in and fight crime. They have dogs that are drones, robotic dogs that they use for fighting security, fighting crime.
Okay.
Fighting crime. And look at here in Nigeria, we are discussing senior president's wife and this and all that what rubbish. You know, it's crazy. It's unfortunate that we have found ourselves in this kind of position.
All right.
You know, the government is not doing anything reasonable to help the youth. No job, nothing. They are not creating anything. They are not discussing anything in the chamber there. Or what we are hearing is woman fighting, is they are in the embarrassed, you want to have sex with
all
you
right.
and all that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Good evening to you.
I am Gift, calling from Ogoni.
You're welcome.
Why? I am very, very surprised because I am very wonder why any time of family matter you come up, it always be woman matter. I'm very, very surprised. You know, last time I checked, it's not this good and bad former governor that we have, and you come and rescue that woman from Ogoni, that LGBT woman from that time. You know that Fabio something that you arrest to bring up to go arrest that woman. Who know what they produce with that woman? Now they are hearing of Fabio again. The woman again. What is happening with this new president? I don't understand this kind of new president too.
All right.
And let them change from this character that we have.
All right.
It's very, very bad for him, for the senior
all right.
To be have this kind of
but we don't have evidence yet. But okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We don't have evidence yet. So Natasha says she does have evidence. Well, that was in response to the suit, right? Yes, filed against her by the wife of the Senate president. So we're just going to wait for the evidence, whatever evidence she has, to come to limelight. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you. Name and location, please.
My name is Wellington.
You're welcome.
Let me tell you the gospel truth that Fabio cannot write that.
You have no way of knowing, so you cannot tell me the gospel truth. You are not the Senate president, are you?
Let me tell you one thing. As you are now, you're a public figure. There are things you will not want to do as a journalist.
Being a public figure doesn't make me less human.
Hold on. There are things you will not want to do in that your studio where you work.
Okay.
Because it's a position.
All right.
So you know what I'm talking about. Number 3 man of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing the entire South region, the Niger Delta region. If you have an evidence that the number 3 man of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has assaulted that, you wouldn't have known that you could have presented it immediately.
Okay.
Information of character. No, hold on.
No, okay. I need you to hurry so I can talk to other people, please.
The wife has a right to defend her husband.
Okay.
You know who her husband is. She has been living with this man for years. So she has the evidence to prove in the court of law to tell that I can die and attest my life for my husband. So she should apologize to Senator
All right.
God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry. Some messages here. Nnamdi Kingsley says, in a democratic government, Akpabio should have resigned from his position. But in Nigeria, evil is a good thing. Why should he resign? Let's see. Ndukaku Wamadu says, my spirit is telling me that Akpabio is guilty. This is your spirit now. Wow. Okay. Eda Knowledge Messiah says, the man in question has not denied the allegation or made any comment in this regards. We are in Nigeria where lies and wickedness is celebrated. Victims are blamed and the evil ones are praised. God has a final judgment. Whatsoever man soweth, that he shall reap. Okay, a lot. Thank you for that message right there. Noale Befi says, leave the corrupt politicians. They just want to act palliative drama for the poor masses to watch and comment. Really, is that the case? Hello, good evening to you. Good evening. Name and location, please.
For me, I think that woman is lying.
Which of the women?
Because, don't forget that position of Akpabio.
You think Senator Natasha is lying?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just political. Just make man look.
All right. You think she's lying?
But I like the way the wife is following it, and it is only by doing this kind of thing that women will stop this rush. But
all right.
For me, that is not how to do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
For me, it doesn't make sense. Supposing it was a man that was asked to sit there, we need to be having this conversation. Is it because she's a woman? So anything, you can tell a woman.
She said she has repeatedly experienced it. But okay, and she wasn't informed that her seat had been changed. But okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. She said she was not informed prior to that day that her seat had been changed, and she was just in plenary the day before. So how come that happened and she was not told? This message here says, good evening. This is from Reverend Onyedikachi Amadi. On a lighter note, to avoid distraction and unwanted confusion in the Nigerian Red and Green Chamber, let only the men be elected. Also, any allegation without absolute proof and evidence should not be a working tool for condemnation. Are you saying women should not be allowed to participate in governance? No, please. We need women there. Women are homemakers and a lot of other things that they make. Amaka, if you're expecting an appropriate action on this matter, it would be an illusion under this administration. Ordinarily, Senator Akpabio would have stepped aside for a proper investigation by the Senate from Kano. Thank you so much for texting. Hi, Amaka. Akpabio is fond of molesting. No, of molesting women. Where did you see that? Do you have proof? Please, until he is found guilty, he's innocent. Please remember that Joy Nune of NDDC accused him of the same act. Akpabio has lost integrity and should step down for thorough investigation. Mr. Lucky, thank you for texting, Mr. Lucky. Hello, good evening. Yes, please. Name and location. Oh, your line is breaking. Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Can you imagine if the Macedonian will come out and say he wants to see the gospel truth because he has become a bad view? That about Nigeria, they should go and be protesting, let him be eating and enjoying in his house. Such a person that can stay in such a chamber to speak such a thing can do anything better than that. Why is people so
sorry, you said such a person can do what? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Yes. Mm-hmm.
If you go to all the most of the stations today, all the directors they are pretty good. If any company, let me say that private companies are 100. You know that 95% are people with a worker to employ them.
All right. Somebody
come out and in the national level come and spread and want to see the working through.
When she said the word, hold on. Okay. I don't even know if you can hear me, but okay. Your point has been taken. Thank you. Oh, okay. No, sorry. I have to let you go. Your point has been taken. Now we're out of time. Akpabio's wife knows her husband too well, and so she's now trying to save his office and the resources that come to the family through the office. Natasha is very beautiful, and so whatever she may have said is possible. They didn't expect her to be that bold. Men in their nature will come in to support the agenda on air. At workplaces today, however, both men and women are prone to sexual abuse or harassment. Jay from Ajip. Thank you for texting, Jay. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, please.
May I know?
Honor, this is Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, I have to let you go, please. Our time is up. I have to let you go and talk to somebody else. I'm so sorry, Mr. Chris. One more message. Gen Person says, we are all witnesses to this convoluted and complicated absurdities. Okay, just a whole lot going on there. Arising from voting childish and premature adults into positions of great national importance. Shame on. However, except and until either Akpabio is convicted and sentenced for sexual harassment, or Natasha is convicted and sentenced for false accusation and fabrication of false evidence, the Nigerian Senate would be seen as a mockery and an unlawful democratic institution that is complicit in the concealment of criminal acts. Okay, thank you so much. That's the much I can take from your message. All right. Thank you so much for texting, and thank you for calling as well. Okay. Amaka, good evening. Akpabio is known for immoral advances. This is not the first one. He was the minister of NDDC. It was the same story. UBUPH. Amaka, I'm not surprised that Akpabio is in this sexual harassment. I say this because when Akpabio was Niger Delta minister, he was also involved in sexual harassment with Joy. Akpabio should watch it. John. Oh, thank you so much for texting and thank you for calling. Let's continue tomorrow. Same time, same station. My name is Amaka. A commercial comes up next. I will take you through the world news at 10 p.m.
Okay, all right. All you need to know about this one is that
95.1 FM. Such a unique style.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko, for herbal medicine, when they produce strong, correct medicine, they take it, they support the country healthcare system. Quatliman, correct, bakelistic, ogbonge herbal medicine, they know they come out for public anyhow, like a big basket. Full ground, as every Christmas, a big boundary. Sickness self, sabi medicine, we pass them. After all, monkey smart now, because tree near tree is our forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become ubaruba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices way near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now you.
Hello and welcome to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. On today's edition of the program, our topic for discussion is staphylococcal infection. And I have with me in the studio Dr. Botumba Abiodun. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Staphylococcal infections do occur in the body system when Staphylococcus bacteria enters into the body system and spread within the body system, destroying body cells. Staphylococcus bacteria are majorly of 3 types that can afflict men. But of these 3, the most pathogenic in nature, that is the one that is capable of causing diseases easily in men, is the Staphylococcus aureus, because it is capable of invading body cells, destroying them, causing different pathological changes in the body. When Staphylococcus bacteria spread in the body system, there are a number of changes that one can experience. This can result to burning sensation within the individual, and this can be seen as fever from time to time, or a situation where there is certain hotness coming from within. There can be skin manifestations in staphylococcal infection that can be given one periodic boils or rashes all over the body. In some people, such rashes can come around the pubic region, or even leading to boils that can lead to blisters or even ulcers on the skin. It is possible for one to experience persistent headache in staphylococcal infection because the body fluid is already contaminated. Staphylococcus, as we know, is a form of bacteria. Any bacteria that is capable of spreading in the body system can lead to reactions in the body that can further damage body tissues. And when this occurs, it is possible for one to experience joint pains in form of infective arthritis. Part of this bacteria can spread deep into the tissues of the heart, affecting the valves of the heart. And when this occurs, you discover that there can be palpitation that some will start witnessing as if they have panic attack. When this is allowed to continue in the body system, it is possible for one to start getting tired easily. There are many people, by walking from one pole to another, they get tired, or by doing just something that is not supposed to be that tasking in terms of energy consumption, they discover that it's as if they don't have enough hair where they are located. All this can be as a result of weakness of the heart resulting from infection or spread of this bacteria we're talking about. When this bacteria is able to pollute the body fluid, it is possible for one to witness mouth odor. Mouth odor is a form of changes that is called halitosis, where people will start coming up with breath coming from within that is already polluted. There is no amount of time such people wash their mouth, you discover that the breath coming out is very offensive. All this can be as a result of pollution of the body system. It is possible, if any bacteria is able to dwell so long in the body system, to contaminate the whole body fluid and even damage nerves. When nerves are damaged, there can be tiredness. Not only this, it is possible for men to suffer a lot because this can degenerate to a situation where a man is unable to stand like a real man. When a man is unable to stand like a real man, it is seen as a serious challenge because the whole family can be affected. Part of the joy of the relationship can be stolen, and this can cause different rancors in the family. A man that is unable to stand as he should can find it difficult to get arousal. The desire for opposite sex can disappear, and once that arousal is not there, that is the ignition point. It means such a man will not be able to stand like a real man. In some people, the arousal can be there, but you discover that because nerves have been damaged, the transmission from the upper center down to the power point of man, that is in between his two thighs, can be weakened. When such occurs, you discover that such a man can even get arousal or is able to stand, but the type of standing that he has is not strong enough to help him to even get into the act. In some people, they make efforts to get into the act, but you discover that they are unable to spend more than a minute or more before they are exhausted. Mind you, before a man can be called a real man, such a man must be able to have the arousal as desired and also be able to sustain the energy he has been able to gather for a considerable length of time. That is when such a man can be able to make his partner happy when it comes to man-to-woman interaction. So such men do suffer from this from time to time. It's after knowing the root cause of the challenge that one will be able to know the right step to take for one to be totally free. Whenever you experience anything that we have been able to mention or other things, it's very important for one to visit a competent healthcare giver who will be able to run tests on one and pinpoint where the problem lies and provide solution. For more enlightenment and advice, the number to call is 080-33-111-946. I repeat, 080-33-111-946. Thank you all.
All right. You've been listening to the program Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. Let's take our sponsor's message. Don't go away. We shall be right back.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko for herbal medicine when they produce strong, correct medicine. They take it, they support the country healthcare system. Kotliman, correct bakelistic Ogbonge herbal medicine. They know they come out for public anyhow like a big basket. Food gram as every Christmas have been boundary. Sickness self sabi medicine will pass them. After all, monkey smart now because tree near tree is our forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become Ubarumba for your life with the correct treatment. Therefore, whether definition or without definition, make you visit Herbal Heritage International. Offices way near you. Herbal Heritage International. Now
You're welcome back to Roots and Herbs. Roots and Herbs is a program that discusses health-related challenges and suggests possible ways out from the herbal medicine perspective. Roots and Herbs is put together and sponsored by Herbal Heritage International, also known as Baba Yoruba. Baba Yoruba is currently having a special promo package. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. This offer runs while the stock lasts at number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. Number 24 Ikwere Road, Mile 1 by Education Bus Stop, Port Harcourt. This promo package will give you the opportunity to enjoy 50% discount on all their products and services. And at the same time, it will give you the privilege of meeting Baba Yoruba himself at the venue. For details and inquiries, the telephone number to call is 080 33 111 946. I repeat, 080 33 111 946. 080 33 111 946. Until we come your way again, remain blessed.